Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast for the match day 6 European Watchalong for the men's team. Arsenal at home tonight against FC Zürich. And as you can see, I'm joined by Liam. How you doing, my friend? And how's your week been? And how was Sunday as well, getting home?
Oh yeah, my week's been all right. I'm just trying to think what happened Sunday. Football, getting home. Yeah, what time was home on Sunday? Oh, about 10ish.
Oh,
It weren't too bad. 10 half 10.
That's early for you nowadays.
That is quite early for me. I packed up at 8:30. I behaved myself. Nothing to do with I had to go to work the next day though.
No, nothing at all. No, that doesn't play a factor in it at all.
No, exactly.
It's not the reason why you're here tonight either. Instead of there.
Pardon?
It's not the reason why you're there. You're here instead of at the game itself.
Yeah, I thought I'd. I'm actually a bit gutted now, to be fair, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. You got me for company. You got me. You got Bobby. You got everyone keeping you company. You got the chat.
Oh, he's in bed, mate. He's in bed. He's been a whingy tonight. Oh, we've got Sarah. We have got Sarah beside us. Keep her thoughts to herself. Big game on.
No, and yeah, as you say, but the lineup, big game, and we've gone, and Arteta's gone big. He ain't messing about in the sense of he knows it's top spot or bust sort of thing because he doesn't want a Champions League dropout. Even though for me, I don't think the majority of the Champions League dropouts aren't a threat to us. Apart from, for me, Sevilla and who we beat in pre-season, by the way, and Shakhtar Donetsk because they've won that competition before. Apart from that, the other teams, Juventus, Barcelona, they're not what they once were. But what are you making of the lineup? Because obviously Ramsey's in goal, Tennis, Matty Tennis still injured. Sorry, Ben White is at right back, holding Gabriel Saliba's on the bench, I believe. Tierney, you've got El Neni making a comeback after 2.5, 3 months. That feels like fucking forever. Actually, it's a big injury, yeah, but he's been back in training for 24 hours, and he's suddenly playing a game. And he's alongside Sambi Congo. Got Reece Nelson making a start, which based on Sunday he deserves because obviously he did score two goals, and get an assist. And then you got Fabio Villa, Jesus, and Eddie on the wing. Yay! I mean, what are you making of this? Help me out.
Well, I'm pretty surprised Cedric isn't starting tonight. I thought it was an ideal game to rest White, and I don't see what I'm a bit surprised at Zurich. If we don't beat Zurich, we got big issues. And I really thought like Cedric would start tonight. I ain't a fan of Cedric, but at the same time, I'm thinking about Sunday, and I'm very surprised that he isn't started. I think Tierney was obviously going to start, but it's good to see Zinchenko back on the bench, and hopefully he'll return on Sunday against Chelsea. Two centre backs, it's going to be Holding one or the other in it, so you kind of know that.
Yeah.
There is no one else. Good to see El Neni back. I think that rests Thomas Partey, which is great news, and obviously a Xhaka. So that keeps them fresh Sunday. So that is definitely the centre midfield I would have got in. Nelson, I thought was superb on Sunday when he come on, especially in the second half. So he deserves another chance. I think he'll gain some confidence against it. I think we'll see him at the start against today and potentially against Brighton. Vieira will obviously always start. Nketiah will always start. And obviously Jesus, I'm very surprised that we've started him tonight. Even though he does need to score goals, I think it's a big, big risk. I really do. I think it's a big risk playing him tonight. I don't think we really need to play him tonight, and we have. But hopefully the reason he has played him is to get goals, but I'm not sure. Scoring against Zurich is really going to gain him massive confidence.
No, but it's a start, isn't it? Especially ahead of a London derby, Chelsea, and the Aubameyang, BT, love.
Well, that's a joke. That's a joke. I don't even want to talk about that, mate. No, I think it's scandalous.
We'll save that for Sunday's show when he starts and we actually batter him and you can give him something.
Absolute scumbag of the highest order. Right, you talk about. I know we're going to say Sunday. I will say though. You talk about the likes of Van Persie on that. With something like that, that puts him up on that level, mate. Now for me. I don't care whether it's a BT thing or whatever. You still participate in it. You still done it. Do you know what I mean? He was our captain. He was our captain of the club. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Gary's joined us as well, by the way. How you doing, Gary?
You're doing good.
Mickey's
I'm
in
doing
the
good.
chat as well.
I forgot that I had a little bit of power. I could have just walked right in. You gave me the keys. I was like, "Where's the link?" And you're like, "Dude, you have the keys already." So yeah, I'm
He was
good.
like, yeah, come over here.
And then when you made that gesture, I'm like, "Oh, that's right. I can just come in." But hello, everyone in the chat. Hello, Ryan. Hello, Liam.
Evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. So I'm only going to be with you guys for a bit.
It's November, sir.
You ready to cry?
It's November.
Did you get the boxes?
The tissues are going somewhere. I think, right, whoever loses, the winner has to send the loser some tissues.
There you go.
There
Kleenex.
There you go. You said it now, Liam. So it's on air.
There's the bet.
Taken back now.
Yeah.
No cop out. No cop out.
Looking forward to it. Yeah. Now, so yeah, I think you going through the lineup there, and the one thing, like you said, that stands out is Jesus is going to start, and Nketiah is going to start too. So for me, I think that does Nketiah an injustice there because he most likely won't play up top. So what's the point, right? And if Jesus needs to get a goal, then Nketiah can sit back and wait and bring him in the second half, or bring him in halfway through the first half if the game's looking right. We go because we start out pretty strong. It'd be nice to start out with a front line that we actually would use if for a big match like Nketiah as a wing we'll never do that. No. Right? We'll never do that. So why? This is an important. It's an important game, but not as important like if we're playing Chelsea, right? If we're playing Chelsea and Jesus doesn't play, you don't put Nketiah on the pitch unless he's playing up top, right? That's it. You don't So same thing for me. I think.
I'll totally get what you're saying. I was just looking at the bench now, and I was thinking because obviously best case scenario because we've got a big game on Sunday. Keeps mentioning it, Chelsea away. Obviously, it's clear they want Jesus to get that goal before Sunday, just get that bit of a. And get that monkey off his back so he doesn't get any grief going into that game of massive pressure. You've got to score now, even though he will a bit less than what he would do. I was just looking at the bench. If we were the first half to somehow blitz Zürich at home in the first half, there's a possibility you could take him off at half time, put Eddie down the middle, and bring on either Marquinhos or Martinelli. Put one of them on the wing.
More likely. Just say now. Sorry, I didn't realise Man United finished second in their group.
Did they not get the second goal in the end?
Didn't get a second goal. They finished second.
Wow.
Give them all.
That's good news, that is. That is very good news.
Please, if there's a God, Ajax versus Man United.
Yeah. All I have to say to that is we got to get our win today.
Yeah,
and not hope for a Glimp win. I think it's Glimp that needs to win, right? So or draw.
They have to win. Yeah.
So So
Ridgely's asking for predictions. By the way, he's going for a 3-1 home win. What are your predictions?
I'm expecting at least. Do you know what I think? Like with that team out, Zürich, I expect to win like this 4-5-0.
Yeah, we should definitely have a 3-goal lead on them easy because we have. Hopefully, the team realizes we have something to play for once again, right? So this is going to be our second game in the same tournament. Something to get at the end of this, right? You get a win, you win your group, and you get 2 lesser matches. So a lot to play for, and you want to finish up what you started, right? You win 4 in a row. You want to finish up and get that 5th win now and finish the top of the league like you've been the entire time. No, we want to see this team persevere when they have challenges put in front of them. This is the second big challenge, I think, for us so far this season, and we need to come out playing like such, right? So, I'll be disappointed if we come out and we struggle because there's a lot on this match, and it's not necessarily that we have to win it, but it's more mentally we need to be able to do this because in the season we're going to have a lot more matches just like this, right? Right now we want to go through the rest of this up until the World Cup winning, right? We want to finish top. Like a goal for us right now is just to finish top of the league come November 12th, right? Walk off the pitch first, top of the league. It's in our grasp. There is no match we cannot win, if we play the way we're supposed to. So the pressure's more on us. Everybody else is, well, you're expected to win, and then when you lose, you guys are crap, right? So we lose either way. So we might as well just go out and win.
Arsenal can't. I don't care what Jamie Howard says. I don't care if he gets sent this way by his chance. We don't get praise. We win, and he's one of the first front line. Well, it's only this team. Oh, it's a poor Liverpool team. Oh, we had injuries. This, that, and the other. Cancel this game. Cancel that game. Yeah, if Tottenham win, oh, it's a fantastic game. We were 2-0 down to Bournemouth, but it's a fantastic game because we won at the last minute. It was the last tick of the game. Behave yourselves.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, we have all to lose, so we might as well just win. All right, screw it. Just go out and win because everybody else gains no matter what we do. Either Arsenal had the easiest schedule, or see, I told you. so we lose. So we might as well just win the match and then have them complain that we keep winning these matches that are against this easy opponents. I'll take it. I hope all of our opponents for the rest of this season are easy. All right? That's take it. Hope.
That's the hope.
We'll take that. We'll be laughing every day. We get a win. And you know what? It wasn't all Arsenal. It was because something else happened, right?
Yeah, because Harden got a leg break during the World Cup international break for him, but got a leg break in training, and basically that's him out for the season. That's the reason why Arsenal won the league in the end, not because they're good and they deserved it. No,
because you see, Son is out right until probably
broken socket, right? Got broken socket, eye socket. Sorry,
I thought he had a concussion. I don't know if he had a concussion.
I honestly thought that because the way he was walking off the pitch, like days, like he didn't know where he was. And that turns out he's got a broken eye socket on his left side. And he's going to need surgery on it, and basically that's going to avoid him out of the World Cup as well.
Wearing a mask when he comes back. And we saw Kane wear the mask too, right? Didn't he wear a mask?
Harry Kane wore one years ago now.
Did he wear it when they went to the Champions League final? Didn't he wear it that season?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was that season. Yeah.
So, So, all these things are happening all around us, and they're going in our favor, right? If you're missing Son for pretty much into the new year, I think you're going to struggle to score. If all you have is Kane, he seems to get lucky, but will he get lucky with his buddy there? So
that's the thing. There, it's only him because they've got Son. Obviously, we just mentioned about Son, but Charlton's out injured. Kuleveski's injured again, apparently.
It's good seeing it.
Fantastic. Couldn't happen to a nicer team.
We'll we'll take what we got because it could happen to us, and it's happened to us. So
exactly.
Since we won the league last, that's all we've had since the 04-05 season onwards. It's constant injuries to our big players in the key moments, and it's always backed us. So it's nice to see it happen to another team for once. Of all teams, then. But I'm going to give my score prediction as well. I'm going to go for we're at home 4-0. Just because we're at home,
you go 5-0 away.
I think I did actually. Just because
I think you did. I think you went 5-0 away.
Yeah, that was more so because I thought, come back with a bang, and then we all know what happened that day as well. I think that had an effect on the team as well. But
it didn't help at half time, did it? But to be fair, we was useless even before that, weren't we?
We just even worse.
A shocking game of football that was.
We still got the points there. That's the main Marquinhos that game.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree.
Eddie, for what we say about Eddie, he did score in that game as well and got the assist.
Yeah. I think it's a bit of a shame that I kind of like Marquinhos, obviously, in that game, scored a good goal, didn't he? And he didn't really kick on after that, did he? I think he had the game at, was it the second? Yeah, the first game he scored, didn't he? But yeah, I thought we might kind of see him tonight from the start as well, maybe, but we ain't.
Well, I think if we hadn't messed up last week and we'd wrapped up the top spot, I think we would have seen him definitely start. I think it's just the fact we've got to win. We don't want to put that pressure on the.
Yeah, but come on, mate. We beat them and Marquinhos away from him.
It's Arteta's mindset.
At home as well. Like if we struggle against his team, right, there's serious issues in there. They are shocking.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I think if we're at least 3 goals clear at half time, we'll see certain stuff be made. I think Marquinhos will come on, and I think Jesus, and anyone.
I'd be disappointed if we weren't at least 3 up at half time.
Sunday will be subbed off basically at half time.
Yeah. I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, Marquinhos sitting out and not playing is the reason why I didn't want him here, because he's not he needs to show a lot more for him to be part of a rotation with the squad. And I thought he looked good when he played in the U23s. Right, he outmatched most of those players. But if he can't get into the rotation for us in the Europa League and some of the Premier League matches, then that's not what we needed. We needed somebody who could. Right, that's what we're missing. Right, we keep saying we need another wing, Well, he is the wing we brought in, and he's not anywhere close to where we want him to be. So
No.
I don't like when I say project. That's a project because he still needs more time. All right, he needs more time. So
yeah, he's not the man. He's not the man to replace Pepe, is he? At the end of the day, when we got rid of Pepe, like we all thought potentially there was someone coming in, and that whoever that was didn't come in, and obviously they're targeting players that they want to strengthen the side.
It looks like it might be that Ukrainian kid, Murdoch, if you pronounce his name.
I'll be happy with that, mate. I'll tell you. I think he's great.
Certain players are doing interviews and they're saying they're saying in interviews that they're saying themselves and other players in the dressing room are saying to this kid, "We were at Arsenal anyway. Just do what we got to do till then."
Why can't we just tell Daddy Stanley? Can we just use our summer money now and get it over with?
Yeah, just get him in.
Just use our summer money. Can I have my summer money at Christmas, please? And then this is you can. We won't, because think about it. If we bring in some of these players, we're not going to have to do it in the summer, right?
No, exactly.
We're like 2 or 3
spots as well
from where we want to be, and then we're going to bring in players who have been on loan, right? So they might pan out.
And although if we can do our business in the winter, like you say, it could be more cost effective to do it then compared to the summer, where we would have more likely Champions League football as it stands, and the clubs will know that and demand more money of us because they know that we've got that money because we've now
how do we lose there no matter what happens? Either we lose because we're Arsenal and they know what they can get us, or you've been too successful, so you lose again. When do we get when do we get ours, right? What is it like? You know what? How did because like everybody's like, how did they spend this little bit on that player and get what they're see the results of it? So for me, this is too much of a teaser not to just go ahead and do it, right?
Yeah, exactly,
if there's a big player out there you can put some money down on, take the credit from your summer budget and then just spend it now, because all we're doing is upping the odds that we get Champions League, and maybe we'll get a trophy out of the thing as well. So
exactly.
It is about time like we kind of got into the Champions League, isn't it? And it's not done by like, I think if you look at our next 5 to 6 games, right? When you talk about Chelsea away, Wolves away, West Ham at home, Brighton away, Newcastle at home, Tottenham away. That's a tough 6 games. That ain't an easy. When you start looking at it like that, mate, that's not an easy 6 games whatsoever. So I honestly think the next 6 games are going to determine in terms of, are we going to be fighting for the top 2 or are we going to be fighting for the top 4? I think that of the 6 games is massive for us.
League-wise, yeah. And then Stefan's in the chat, but it's come on the screen a while ago. It says, just been on the United site, and they are saying they can't play like that in the final. Those United fans, they're spoiled. I keep going about this, but they're spoiled vats, and they think they're entitled. They think they're entitled just because it's the name Man United. They merit themselves to be in a Champions League, not in Champions League, in a final or of any competition. It's going to come back and bite them in the arse. So it's up to them. Got a comment here for you, Gary, by the way. Are you ready for the 25th?
Well, it's not just me saying it, is it? Ain't just me saying it, Gary.
You know what? Reddy doesn't like me anyways. No. I'm looking forward for it. Are you guys looking forward to it? That's going to be the question.
Always looking forward to a game of football, mate.
For now, I
don't really eat turkey, but I'll eat turkey on stage. While we're eating you up on the pitch, I'll be eating a turkey leg as well.
Well, hold on. You better start exposing that left back role, mate. It looks like we're going to be struggling down the left down side, ain't it, at the moment?
Well, yeah, you got James out, right? But if they bring White in, at least you have some support there on the back line.
No, we're more likely to play Saka left back, isn't it?
I was about to say that. I was about to say that. I said all day, all you hear from me is like, "Oh, being Cheryl's basically because you've seen him on crutches all that from last night." oh, yeah, we thought that'd be solid. Luke Shaw and Ben Chilwell, the left hand side would be solid. And I think, yeah, it is solid because Southgate will go, oh, thank God we got Saka and he's not injured.
Yeah.
You
No,
just know it.
I mean, for one time, can he, like, this is me saying it, even though that will hurt me, just bring in the players in form, please. Right? The players in form, please. Right?
Gareth, if you're watching
bring in the best 20 plus English players you got. Let them figure it out. Because, like you said, they're versatile anyways. Saka, if need be, could play on the back line, but he doesn't need to because you got a teammate that can help you out there on the back line, right? So, make it easy on yourself, Southgate.
Vidri saying, for the vertical go, I envy you. I don't have to cheer. You don't have to cheer on a team captained by.
I can't. I can now. I can because on my passport, you know what it says? It says I can.
But you don't have
to. I can't cheer for England if I want to.
That's what I'm saying. You've got options.
Oh, dear. It's by 20 now. By 20 now.
This game is going to be it's supposed to start. It's supposed to start in a couple minutes. Is it?
Pardon?
Match is supposed to start in a few minutes, right?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm going 2-0.
Going 2-0?
Yeah.
I expect that half time.
Yeah, no, in the first 30 minutes, which we have been really good, and knocking on wood again, we don't give up goals. We should be, as you say, up to.
We go 3-0 up, Gary, after 20 minutes, yeah, right? And Jesus gets 2. Would you take him off after 25 minutes?
Yeah.
No, 30. I'll give him an extra 5 minutes to cool down because your players need to cool down before you take them off. So, in the first 25 minutes, 2 goals. Tell him get a warm down, and then he'll be off.
But well done. Get off now.
I tell you what is interesting. Oh, Jesus is captain, isn't he, today?
Oh,
yeah.
Xhaka is
the
not
vice
out there,
captain.
right?
Yeah. So basically, it's Odegaard, Xhaka, and then Jesus, and then after that, we don't know.
Oh, Tierney's not in the reckoning whatsoever, is he?
You really think we should sell him?
I think something's happening there, mate. At the moment, I'm finding it hard to not. Like, when you're not playing him left back in the Premier League, when you haven't got your other left back.
Yeah, you sort of got to remember as well, the injury he got, and then he came back first game pre-season, half hour in, got taken off, injured. So that part of the reason why we wouldn't got Zinchenko was obviously Tavares wasn't good enough to be a constant backup to him for competition, so he needed to keep him on his toes.
We've seen those sparklers in the wind.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like we don't need to rush him back, right? So for me, it's like, you know what? Why?
Oh yeah, Zurich. Sorry, Zurich are famous. So did Zurich and was it Frankfurt do this as well at their home games? What you've seen at the away end.
Impressive though, mate. That the stadium's full. Looking pretty full, isn't it?
Yeah, good turnout for a midweek. Basically, dead rubber. With all due respect, dead rubber game.
Well, it's not necessarily. There is something to play for, though.
No, as in literally, it's not like it's a big game in Europe, like in terms of.
Oh, and but I mean,
usually these sort of games in the group stage we get low turnouts in these games in the group stage. It does look actually full.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know what? That's right. Xhaka is out for yellows. He's probably not even on the bench, right?
Oh yeah, because after
he got his fourth yellow, whatever it was.
So take the suspension now, and then basically be ready for the knockouts.
He needed some rest anyway, so he
plays every game anyway, doesn't he? Normally,
mate. Them Zurich fans are on it, mate.
Well, it's what for them. It's a one-off, isn't it? In terms of they don't often come up against a team like Arsenal in European competition, do they? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
They're probably their first visit to the Emirates as well, so they make the most of it. As long as they don't do what the PSV fans did and destroy the gap, we'll be happy.
I think that is a one-off there. I don't think they're that type of team. So.
Really saying, let's do the business tonight and then on to Sunday. Yeah.
We need to build on this one. Definitely need to build on this one. And
I'll tell you what it does show, though, yeah, right? Like, even tonight, yeah, right? Like, let's be honest. Like, yeah, we need to win the group. We're going to win the group. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. We're going to win the group. But it shows you that if the atmosphere is there at the moment, what we're doing, all that the fans are there. Like 3 years ago on Unai Emery, mate, there would have been 30,000 in that stadium for this game. I was there, mate, for Frankfurt.
Yeah.
30,000, mate. It was an awful night.
Yeah, I was there as well. Literally. Put it this way, for anyone that wasn't there, I was meant to be sitting in the clock end, block 25, and me and my mate, we decided both to sort of walk round to behind block 4, behind the home dugout, and we was actually able to sit there, no problem, because certain fans got tickets, just didn't bother coming. And what was telling that night for me was that something was brewing that. There's a big night for Emery in terms of there's a must win. Every photographer in the stadium camped in the dugout, ready for him.
Yeah. The pizza's here.
Oh, here we go. What is it? Domino's Pizza or Herbie's?
Papa John's tonight, mate. Papa John's.
Hello there, everyone. I see grandma's apple crumble is there as well. Not sure if I'm saying something, but welcome,
yeah.
Colonel Ward, Stefan, Arsenal.
Yeah.
You got Big Scunner in the house.
Going your distance, are you, Liam?
Go big or go home tonight, mate. That's me.
There you go. Yeah.
You wait till the 25th, mate. I'll have everything here. Do you know what? I might get one of those big old American burgers in.
The last game.
Yeah, England, America. It's when Gary used to be a humble pie that night.
Oh,
I
will get you an American apple pie. Yeah.
Go on,
What is
As long as it ain't the one from American Pie.
I better say, yeah. If you know, you know.
We call that a crumble.
Oh, you know.
If somebody says, "Do you want an apple pie crumble?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, defend. That's defend.
Yeah.
What minute are you on? I'm on 146.
All right, so you guys are well ahead of me. I'm like a
You're
minute
40 seconds ahead of me.
Oh,
All right.
Well, I'm sure it won't be no filler like celebrations today anyway.
Well, I'm just hoping that fucking the smoke clears, the fog.
I would like to show you a quick legend, Ryan. The missing cat that was.
Yeah, she returned.
8 days later.
Wow.
Fucking hell. Yeah, I saw it. I did retweet it and all that as well.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, mate. I think he was stuck in a garage.
Oh, was he on that done the posters?
No, that was Jonesy. Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
But the main thing is, obviously, as you say, even though it's 8 days and all that he has come back safe and sound and all that. No.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. Now he's sniffing my pizza and I'm going to kick his ass. He can go out for another 8 days. Get out of here.
You watch this.
No, but yeah, at least he's safe and sound, mate. That's the main thing.
You'll suddenly see when you're just focused on the game, you'll suddenly see a paw just appear out of nowhere, slowly going.
Oh, he's probably looking already, mate. I'm going to give him a bit of pepperoni. Yeah, mate.
Yeah,
He eats anything, this cat. Honestly, absolute anything.
Yeah, got all the regulars in now. Stefan, but it's gonna, like you said, Gary, Grandma's apple pie, which is
Yeah.
I can't his name. Oh, fucking hell, gone blank. Head's gone blank. It comes to me. Troy, that's it. Troy. Mr. Bungle. Just going to full American Pie mode now. And he's a recent comment. I can't put it on the screen because, yeah, if you know the film, you'll know what he's referring to.
He's back.
Cheers, Stefan. Yeah.
But yeah, it's the same bungle. That's called putting a gym. It's like, what have we started in the chat now?
Well, it's good to see El Nene in there. So getting at least a bit of a run there. So,
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Nelson have another good game, mate. No, that will give him.
Yeah. Gotta put that pressure on that back line.
Well done, Eddie.
My screen is like I'm getting all like it keeps stalling over here, so I'm not gonna get a. I'm probably even further behind now than I was before.
That
I'll
bloody
keep you
mess is not
updated, sir.
pissing off, is it?
What minute are you on?
4:48.
Yeah. Okay.
408.
All right. So me and you are about the same. But
Yeah.
it just stalled at 4:07 over here. I got two streams going and they're both stalling. So I don't know.
Yeah, that mist is not pissing off, is it? The smoke, or whatever you call it. It's not going away.
Yeah.
Eddie gives the ball away. Well done. We're not starting off well, have we? We let them have a lot of the ball here.
So what we thinking for January window as our BX Gunners?
I was just about to say, BX put a comment in the chat saying Neves or Savage have to be a priority in January. Plus Zaha, no, not for me. Age for a start, and that's a transfer we should have done. If we were going to do it, we should have done it when we had Emery, obviously at the time.
He's on a free transfer, isn't it? In summer.
Yeah.
I think he'll sign a new deal at Palace personally.
Just again, if you look at his, again, you can know, oh, he's in a poor squad at Palace, but if you're that great of a player, your stats should be more superior to what they are.
But you know, it's the same thing. It's easy to get in his head, right?
Yeah,
it's easy to get in his head, and then once you do that, then he loses his way in the match, and then you got him, right?
Yeah, there's that as well.
So I mean, that happens to probably a lot of Arsenal players right now. They're just able to handle it. Man, we are just really gonna kind of give them what they want, right?
That's what I'm saying. We ain't started off well. Oh, we've literally just let them have most of the ball. They are attacking with intent.
Well, I'm gonna say this as well. Like, yes, El Nani's out there, but he's not like we're bypassing the midfield again.
Yeah,
and when we do that, we really don't have as much control over the match, right? And then the ball just flies into our attackers, and if they don't get a good handle on it, it's going right back. Hey there, Mr. Sam.
Greenwood.
Mr. Greenwood's in the chat. How you doing, Sam? Hope you're keeping well, my friend. And obviously, I'll message you later. Make sure everything's okay your end. Have a quick chat and all that, catch up.
I can't buy Eldin Ketty on the wing.
It doesn't do him any good. I don't get it.
No.
It does him no good at all. Like, has he ever played out there? Does he play out there enough that you go, all right, he can do it?
Well, the thing is, this is the thing. When he played for the Premier League side of things last season on the wing, it never worked. The only time it worked for him last year when he played down the middle near the end of the season. So when Arteta's now going back to this, if Jesus and Eddie are going to start together, Eddie's down the wing, and it didn't work against PSV in the home game.
No.
Why does he think it's going to? It hasn't worked since either. Because the following game, he tried it again. It didn't work.
When he did it back-to-back times and it didn't work, I figured that experiment is done. Right, because we saw Xhaka play left back twice, and it didn't work. And I don't know if we've seen it again since. I know we're better suited not to, but we just don't. We put ourselves in a situation where we don't need to see it anymore. And that's what you need to do. He doesn't need to play there. You spent all this money on him to play behind Jesus. Play him behind Jesus. Right?
I think the problem is, and Ketty is never going to compete with Jesus. You know what I mean? Jesus needs someone who's going to compete with him.
Well, it's not even that. It's just that when Jesus doesn't play, we need somebody behind him.
Yeah,
but right now that is right now that's Nketiah. Nketiah is not. He is not the number 2, number 9 on this squad. That's a
No.
placeholder sitting there empty, and we just so happen to, Jesus just has to be healthy. Is really the only way this works.
I've been saying since that PSV game, I've been saying a lot on this channel that if Arsenal had gotten the top 4 last season, I think they would have bit the bullet and let him go for nothing back in the summer. But the fact we didn't get top 4, they didn't want to. With the budget they had for you out of the Champions League spots, they didn't want to have to panic and try and get a second striker in. So it was easier for them to just sign him up for a new deal. Look, it's a long-term deal. I know that there's a lot of wages as well he's been given. But after this season, got 4 years left. If it doesn't, obviously, if things don't improve, it doesn't work out. And Arteta realises that if we obviously assuming we do get back into the Champions League this season, obviously for next season, he realises that going forward, now we're back in the Champions League, that Eddie's not a number 2. He's not good enough.
They had 7 months to get this right. Think about it.
For it in terms of we can get something for him, but at the same time, we can still go out and we've got the law of going out and getting someone that can not necessarily just come in and be number 2, but can fight with Jesus for that spot. Have a constant fight, constant battle between the two, and be a plan B. I mean, Eddie's not a plan B a player either. He's not, and neither is Jesus in terms of the both similar in terms of what they would offer effectively in terms of that makes sense. Neither offer. I mean. Neither is a Giroud type player. Like we had years ago, Giroud and Walcott. You'd have one Walcott pace, power, and aggression in that sense, and you had the power, aggression, but physicality in aerial play of Giroud. There's an offside. Well done. We don't. This current number 1 and number 2, neither of them are a Giroud type player. That makes sense. I think we do need that player, that Giroud-esque type of player that can give us.
Not an easy player to find, though, is it?
No,
They don't exist like that. You either got to spend the money, or you just get another player at a comparable level, right?
Would you take someone like Ivan Toney?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you can play Tony and Jesus, and Jesus is going to have to play the wing, and he'll be fine with it, and your team is going to be even all the better for that, right?
I think Tony's the kind of player, yeah, right, that would actually compete with Jesus as such. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I think he's a confident player. I like him. I like Ivan Toney.
Yep.
I just think sometimes he lets himself down a little bit. That's fair enough. Do you know what I mean? Because he has done in the past.
He's got a bit of superiority about himself, yeah.
But do you know what? Arteta's not going to put up with that, is he? And nope. Tony knows that he wouldn't be able to do that at a bigger club.
No.
Like, if Arsenal come knocking for Ivan Toney's coming.
Oh, no doubt.
Right, and Nketiah should be at a team like Brighton.
Yeah.
There's no disrespect to Brighton, but he would do well at Brighton. I think he would do well at a club like Brighton. Do you know what I mean? And I think that would be his kind of level at the moment to kind of grow. I struggle to see how he's going to grow into a player here at the moment.
No.
But like you said, we got him on a new deal. We'll probably get about 20 million for him.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like that plan.
No, but
it slows down you. What it's done now is it put all this pressure on Jesus to be as healthy as he can be.
Yeah, that's on obviously Arteta and the setup from last year.
Yeah,
that failed.
They knew that going into the season before and the season before that, where they were standing.
What I'm saying is, in terms of the last three games of this, going into the last 3 games of the season, it was in our hands for top 4. Yeah. And we lose 2. We lost 2 games back to back that completely done us and effectively put us out of Champions League contention. Even though it was mathematically possible in that last game, we needed help from another team. That was never going to happen because of where they'd already gone down and this, that, and the other, whatever. They had nothing to fight for. And with that, they put the pressure on themselves that even though either way their target is Jesus as one of their targets, whoever their plan B, what their back the other striker would have been if they got top 4, they couldn't go for because they couldn't be able to afford it. That's on them. Put too much emphasis and bloody hell, too many risks not bringing anyone in the January window, and it backfired in the end, along with the injuries.
I don't think they can do that again. I don't think they can do that again. No. Especially if Arteta's got Arsenal in the top 2 at that point.
Well, exactly. Especially, yeah. Exactly. If we are still in the top 2 by going when New Year's Day hits, they have to show not just the media but us as fans that they are serious. They want us to be competing in the top 2 and for that title, along with obviously getting back in the Champions League, competing with Champions League and all that. They need to show that they're serious by strengthening when we need it most.
I'll tell you what I think, right, as well. I think the centre midfield role is a harder position to kind of recruit for because I think at the moment no one's no one's coming into the club in January and is going to dislodge Partey and Xhaka. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to dislodge them at the moment. They work too well together. But if we bring someone in centre midfield, it's got to be someone who's going to basically either be a long term that they're good enough now, but also long term that they're going to make that team better. And I think it's a bit of a tricky position to actually go out and buy someone in at the moment because you've got to get the right players. No point just buying anyone just to kind of if they're not going to be any ambition of them not dislodging Partey or Xhaka anytime soon. If someone's got to be right on that level, and I don't think that's easy to go out there and get it. I think that's going to be the hardest position to go out and get it. I think if we get someone, I wouldn't say I'll be totally surprised, but I think it'd be very hard to go and get a centre midfielder that's going to push us forward in January. The only person I can see us going out and buying, I'm not sure at the moment they're right. 1-0 Arsenal is Tillemans. Kieran Tierney.
Fucking hell.
Damn.
Good goal, mate. Good finish.
We was going to avoid this, Mr. Bunker, till Sunday, but you brought it up now. Liam, off you go.
Anyone see you was saying nothing personal about Arsenal, but I'm a blue mate anyway, right? The geezer's a scumbag, an absolute scumbag, a total scumbag. He was captain of Arsenal Football Club, which is should be a big honour for a player. He shamefully left the club in January when he was captain of Arsenal Football Club at the start of that season. That just tells you everything about the guy. He weren't up for the battle. He was trying to fuck Arteta over. He's come back to Chelsea. The only reason he's come back to Chelsea.
I cannot believe you kept calm like that. I cannot believe you kept calm like that. I'm going to say it one more time.
What's going on?
I can't believe you stayed calm like that. Like you expected it.
Who?
You.
He's just a scumbag, isn't he?
No, you expected that goal.
Oh, mate, I expect us to beat these 3, 4, 5
but
nil.
Did you expect that goal?
Yeah, mate.
No, you did not expect that goal.
He's got the ability to do that, though, Kieran Tierney.
You didn't expect that goal.
I expect to be at least 2-0 up at half time. That's all I'm saying.
We're close. We got like another. How much more minutes until 25? Because 25.
Well, mate, we can get another 2 goals in the next 8 minutes, mate. Jesus is off.
Yeah, get him off.
But he needs to score at least one of them two. But no, he's a scumbag, isn't he? Aubameyang's a scumbag, and I put him on the level of Robin van Persie.
He was never like that before, right? At Dortmund, Borussia Dortmund, he wasn't like this, right? He wasn't like he was with Arsenal, and now he's going to go there and say stuff that he's never ever had. I don't think. Have you ever heard him say stuff like this before? No, right?
Well, no,
right? Like he's just creating this.
He's creating this big issue now. He went to Chelsea because he knows, right? Arteta done a job on him. Mate. Like any great manager, right? When you watch that documentary, right? When they want to manage someone out, they have to have a dossier. They have to have literally. They have to have reasons to be able to get someone out of their job. And Arteta was a very clever bloke, right? And he collated everything. And let's be honest, Aubameyang behind the scenes was trying to fuck Arteta over. There was only one winner.
Yeah.
He's
This
a
is what-
scumbag.
Well, this is what I'm saying. When me and Gary did the little sort of watch along streams we were doing at the time for the documentary at the time, when that episode aired, and I can't remember who it was. I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name now. But he was talking to was it Richard Garlick? That was it. Richard Garlick was talking to Edu about it, and basically,
Yep.
Edu's asking, "Is there any way back?" And they're talking to the club lawyers and this, that, and the other, and it's on the phone. And Richard Garlick said, "No, Arteta's got it's not just a one-off incident or nothing like that. He's got a dossier." And he said the words dossier. I was thinking, "Fuck me, what the hell?" Because we only know a few. Clearly, by that then, we only know a few of the incidences in terms of the North London derby lateness,
Yep.
and what happened at the end. In terms of what when he left, there's clearly more. Obviously, more. If it's to have a dossier of someone, like a big massive file, not just a file on someone for disciplinary issues.
Yeah.
That is saying a lot about the person. In his case, about Bamian
Ooh.
and his how he is. When you say,
Yeah, exactly. Like, I've been a manager for a long, long time, like in my industry. And for me, if I have to go and dismiss someone for something, right, I have to have evidence galore. I have to have a backlog. And I've got to have so much evidence to be able to go to go like that. For Arteta to go like that, right, he has to have so much evidence on this guy to be able to do that. Mate, he's just a scumbag, you know. He left Dortmund. Look, he was all right at Dortmund, weren't he? But didn't he leave there in a cloud?
Yeah, because the second he heard that we were interested, he forced a move. Basically, I want out. Oh, Tierney unlucky. Not Tierney. Nketiah.
He's one of these players who just can't fight, in my eyes. Like, look at it. He's all right when things are going right, but when things ain't going right, and Chelsea will find this out very, very soon. When things ain't going right, Aubameyang will go missing.
Yeah, again, we saw that the second he's under contract, the extension initially, he was like, "I want to do an interview with Righty and all that. Oh, I want to be a club legend. This is the reason why I've signed." And then he just fell off a cliff. And every now and then he'd pop up in that season. And then last season, it was just like you could tell he couldn't be bothered. There was obviously we now know there was stuff going on. But he missed a sitter. Remember that game against Newcastle at home? He missed a sitter.
Do you know what was the inexcusable one? Was when he nicked that ball of Odegaard that was going in, and then he got offside.
Yeah,
that was inexcusable. That was the one for me. That was just.
And Odegaard's reaction as well, straight away in the moment, he was livid at Aubameyang, and rightly so. And I think again, ball rolling. There must have been stuff going on behind the scenes at the time that we still privy to, but stuff's still going on. Fast forward a month and a half, it's all kicked off, and then Aubameyang's been kicked out the door basically.
Yeah. Like if you even look at the Everton game and missed at the end, he didn't hit the target, did he? Like you sit there and go, do you know what? You don't like to think of a player like that, but we see it. We've seen it at Chelsea for a few times. He's at the right club, really, isn't he? Like when they want to get a player out, that's what they do. They did it to Mourinho. Do you remember? They got him out. All right, don't get me wrong, it was good to see, but they stopped playing for him, didn't they? And I think Aubameyang is that kind of player. He'll stop playing for someone, and I think he'll deliberately try and fuck someone over and lose their job for him. Lose their job.
I don't know what Sam's got against me. He doesn't like my voice. I thought we were friends.
Oh dear.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he's like on Sunday.
John Pollock is in there, so things will lively up now.
Are you worried about him Sunday, chaps?
No. From what I've seen,
When's the last time somebody in a blue shirt worried anybody when it comes to putting the ball in the goal?
Did you hear Drogba?
Did you hear Drogba?
So I think we're okay.
I still have dreams now of him.
So give me nightmares.
Yeah, exactly, nightmares.
Okay,
Vieira, man, the crazy whiff there.
Yeah, I see that.
I hope that didn't hurt him, man, because he's, as they say, he's a little light. Man, needs a little bit more fat on the bone, as they say.
Oh God, it's kicking off in the chat now. Sam's going off with John now. Oh God.
Sam doesn't know about John, does he?
No, I don't think he does. It's been a while. basically, Sam, John is Pete, the Tottenham fan in disguise.
He's the resident troll, right?
Yeah, he's basically Pete. Because I've said this, I guarantee you, Peter will appear out of nowhere. Always does. It's so predictable. Oh dear, you got to laugh though. But no, in terms of again, from what Aubameyang's been there, since all the Chelsea fans when he signed for Chelsea. Oh yes, Aubameyang's here. He's gonna prove us on Arteta wrong. He's gonna break the number 9 curse at Chelsea as well. Yeah, he's got
how many players have left Arsenal since Arteta's been here? Where he went, damn, we missed one.
Exactly.
He's not.
No, but we haven't missed it, and
No.
they haven't done anything to make us miss that they're not with the squad right now. So he's been kind of consistent in the fact that if he's not right for Arteta, he's probably not right for anybody. Because Arteta will give you opportunities, right? He will try his hardest to make it work with you, and oh come on, he didn't even get hurt, man. Stop it.
Yeah, it was a bit of an interesting one, that one, wasn't it?
There's no way he knocked you down. You're like a foot taller than him. Man's a foot taller than him, grabbing his shirt, and then
that basically lost his face with a natural.
There's no. He got made it look like he got hit in the nose, and he barely touched his shoulder.
And he does it. If you're old enough to remember this reference, he done it with Rivaldo.
That's just like, come on, dude. Could have been called. You should have got called for the foul first, right?
What has he just done there at Ramsdale? Wait till you see this. Fuck my life. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, he needs someone to keep him on his toes, otherwise we're going to...
Mate, you wait till you see this.
That's it now, by the looks of it. Here we go. One sec. Nope.
This thing just froze again.
Not be that far behind.
I was creating a video because I'm going to be out for about a week or so. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna have any live shows, but I'm gonna have some videos go out. So I'm processing a video right now, and everything on my machine is slow.
Here we go. Better see it now. Oh my god, he done a Petr check basically.
How in the world? That's like in golf where they're like, "How did you hit the ball forward and it ended up behind you?" That's what he did. That's pretty amazing.
Wow.
He sliced it.
Okay.
He wants to practice up on his.
That was a bit of an interesting one, that one, wasn't it? To say at the very least.
Like I say, is reminiscent, not obviously spot on, obviously, because Petr Cech almost scored an own goal by doing it, but it was Unai Emery's first ever game, Arsenal v Man City in the league. And Emery wants to play out in the back, and Petr Cech obviously couldn't do it. These days couldn't do that. And he passed it to his own fucking goal, the idiot.
I'll tell you what, though, Man City got a couple of nice little easy games now, haven't they?
Oh, they always do.
Everybody behind us has these extra games and these tough games without certain players on their squad, so it'll be interesting to see how this how this World Cup run-up will go.
Sorry, the key thing is they don't have the robot up front.
They don't have the robot up front, so they can lose points, right? So we'll take it. We will take that.
Again, they've shown that they are defensively. They are gettable, basically.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, they always have shown that vulnerability. The trick is, one, you have to be clinical, and two, you can't stop. Right? Once they see a 3, like we've seen them go down a goal or two, and they always come back. So the trick is, you just can't there's no such thing as, well, you know what, let's see if we can see this thing out now. We got to add a goal to this thing.
Well played. Well played, Nelson. Oh, we done all that and he backed it up.
Hi, Chris.
So you're starting to warm up there, Liam. You're getting there. You're getting there. I can see the engines rubbing. The engine's getting warm.
I'm saving myself for the end of the month.
Yeah.
You better get it all in now because you're gonna be crying. I don't want you wasting it. You're not gonna explode. You're gonna explode with with
Mate, you're going to be a sorry man, mate. You're going to be a sorry man come the end of this month, mate.
Oh my god!
just remember,
I'm
if you're
literally-
happy, that means Kane's scoring a lot.
No, sucker.
Exactly, yeah, but I say, not about or Ben White if he gets taken. Oh, for God's sake, please!
That was
I mean-
a good finish by Tierney, weren't it? Jesus.
That was really. That's why I was surprised you sat there like so calm, like nothing happened here, nothing to
I
see here,
think-
folks.
I
Looks
think
like
we-
1-0.
But yeah, now that's normal everyday thing now. We're winning. Woohoo!
Oh, lovely. That's got a penalty. The ref has grabbed him.
Here we
How
go.
did Nelson miss that?
Oh, he's blocked it. Oh, blocked again. Oh.
Yeah, I think with a little one in bed asleep, I think Liam's been told, tone it down, or you're on the sofa tonight.
I'm on the sofa.
You know what? I
anyway,
know
mate.
exactly. I know exactly that.
I'm on the sofa anyway tonight. Cat's got priority for a couple of days.
All right, I'm gonna have to go because I have to get ready to take off for the airport here.
Yeah, no
man.
worries.
Enjoy,
So,
sir.
Yep. So you guys hope this continues. Jesus has to play a lot longer than he. How did he? I'm just watching this play here. How did Fabio? Oh, Fabio hit Jesus.
Yeah, it was offside in the end anyway.
Oh, but he hit it at Jesus anyway. So there you go.
That's a great touch.
All right,
Come
people.
on.
Thanks for hanging out. Let me hang out with you,
Take care, mate.
and
See
I'll
you
see you
on
guys
Sunday.
later. I'll try to
Oh, mate, he's injured.
jump into chats or not. Who's he?
For Pablo Fiera.
Fabio.
Sorry, Fabio Fiera.
Yeah. All right. See you guys.
See you later, mate.
Talk to you
See you
guys
guys.
later. Yeah.
Have a safe journey.
Yep. Thank you. Almost hit the wrong button. End broadcast.
God,
was in
Oh,
the
you
good
can go
button.
now.
I was looking for the red button for some reason. I don't know why I was looking for the red button.
He really don't want to go, does he? He wants to stay with
I
us.
didn't want to leave, but if I'm not going to do the show, you aren't doing the show either. Wow. All right.
I'm
I'm out.
going. You're going.
Over and out.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
He's still here. Oh, he's gone.
Oh, calm down. So you'll see him back in 5 minutes. I didn't want to go.
I cancelled the flight.
Fuck yes, I see now. Fabio's down. Shit.
He seems all right. Oh,
Bit
this
concerned
game's-
that the ref had to go hunting for the player though to book him, but the player made the tackle and ran off. Yeah, Sam. Yeah, please leave that alone. Do not go into. Oh God. Oh, please do
What,
not.
have I actually just read? Yeah, right. Have I actually just read Dan Burn to replace Chilwell with left back?
Dan Burns is centre back, but of course it's Southgate. What do you expect? This is Southgate that plays fucking right back at centre back, but left centre back, not even right.
Well, why don't you just play Trippier there like he used to?
Because he's an idiot.
That's what he'll do, won't he? That's what he'll probably do. He'll just take
Play that
6
and
right backs and 2 left and 1 left back.
Yeah. Well, not even a left back. He'll play Saka as a midfielder and play him at left back the entire competition.
Mm.
Colonel saying Nketiah is Totomi. I think it means Dross.
He's just
Chuba
not-
Akpom was better.
It does actually show you right, how weak we are with wingers when Martinelli and Saka are not there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know what Nelson done the other day, and I don't want to say he's going to be the answer whatsoever at the moment.
No,
but
obviously his first game of the season and all that sort
Yeah.
of easing in.
it just does show you when you start playing Nketiah on the left that we are pretty restricted.
Yeah, what do
I
you make-
think the wing position is the big position in January, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. And if we can just get a midfielder in, just in case Partey
Yeah.
does get injured.
Oh, Jesus, Rob Holding.
You know. You're
All
not
could say
better
Rams.
than you are.
Nice ball, Nelson.
Yeah, Sam in the chat
That's
saying,
right.
yeah, nearly got a testimonial under Wenger. Fucking hell. Did it? No.
And Katie just doesn't offer nothing on the wing.
No, never has done. That's what I don't get why Arteta is persistent with, or if they've both got to play.
He's just got to play him, isn't he? If he plays Jay-Z, he has to play Nketiah in his tournament. Whatever. So if he needs to play Jay-Z to get him to score goals, then
Yeah, it would have made more sense to play Eddie. If we go, as you say, if you go have Jesus starting, have Eddie on the bench and bring him on for the last 35, 40 minutes.
I'll stick to what I said. I don't see this game being any benefit to Jesus starting. I know people go, well, do you know what, if he scores a goal? But it's Zürich, and then he needs to be scoring goals against big teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
I think he'll score Sunday. I actually really think he will. I think Sunday will be the day when he scores.
I was about to say, historically at City, when he played the big games like we saw last season against Chelsea at the Bridge, he was the one that's scoring the goals.
Oh, what save! Who was that? Was that Nketiah? Gone close.
What, from a set piece?
Yeah, corner.
Yeah, I'm about to see that now then in the next few seconds.
You expect the keeper to save that, to be fair. Keeper don't save that, mate. There's big issues.
You say that, but look at Henderson on Sunday. Fucking, he wasn't exactly putting up trees on Sunday, old Hendo, for Forest. Talks to talk, Henderson, but fucking he's shit. Yes, I see what I mean. Yeah, keep Soupy saving that. Yeah, good chance though from Eddie. At least he tried.
Oh, yeah.
He got it on target. But yeah, obviously you was at the game. You was at the game as well on Sunday. What did you make of Forest?
They were shit. They were shit, weren't they? Like, you go out and buy. Like, I know they got that win against Liverpool, but that's all about Liverpool being in a bad place at the moment. Like, fair play to Forest for getting that win. I quite like Forest as a club. I've always have done. I think just because of like Brian Clough and all that, I've always had a bit of a kind of, I wouldn't say soft spot, but I've always not had an issue with them. But when you go out and buy 23 players and try and put them guys together in a Premier League, you're asking for trouble, aren't you? You're asking for big trouble, and they were just disjointed, mate. Out of times, it was easy, weren't it? It could have been 6 or 7. Like, I didn't feel we had to do much to be 5-0 up.
No, literally, it was. And also,
you said, "Do you think we played that well?" I don't think we necessarily played that great, but it was just easy.
And we were just clinical on the day. When chances fell to us, we was just fucking like, okay, bang, 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 especially in that second half. But Forest, you expect teams to come at nil as the game kicks off, 0-0, sit back and try and contain and frustrate us. But we scored early on, and again there was no reaction for Forest. It's just like, okay, we'll try and keep it at 1-0.
Yeah,
they never attacked really. I mean, the chances they had were down to errors from either Gabriel or
that was a howler, weren't it?
Who was the other one? Xhaka. Apart from them 2 mistakes, if them mistakes hadn't happened, they wouldn't have had a shot on target in the entire game.
Mate, it's Stefan there. Mate, Cluppy was probably the most arrogant bloke in his generation, weren't he?
Oh, mate, yeah. He believed in his own publicity, put it that way.
Yeah. He was definitely like, the Jose Mourinho of this era, isn't he?
Oh, fucking hell, yeah.
But, mate, to be fair to him, though, to be fair to old Brian Clough, he done an incredible job at Derby, didn't he? And obviously Leeds was a bad 44 days for him. But when he took over Forest, mate, and then won the European Cup twice in a row, Nottingham Forest, mate, the geezer was an incredible manager, weren't he? Like, he was brilliant.
No, yes. Imagine him in a prime Brian Clough. in the modern day game as a manager. Jesus Christ, the players would be.
Oh, he's got to do better there. Vieira. He's got to do better there.
Why? I don't get why we're making such hard work at this.
I think it's one of these games, right, where you score more goals. It's easy to say this, but once the second goes in, probably in the second half,
Yeah,
it'll probably the floodgates are open. You end up winning this game 3-4-0, don't you?
possibly, yeah. But you want to, as I said at the start of the stream, I just want them to get the job done as early as possible, so we can take some of our players off that are going to start on Sunday, get them off.
Yeah.
So I don't want. I should be doing better for fuck's sake.
It's 12 o'clock kickoff Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah. For some reason, it's 12 o'clock on BT. Yeah, not on a Saturday for some reason.
Strange old time that is.
Well, I know why it's not on a Saturday because we're playing tonight, but then why it's on BT, I don't know.
You're confident?
On our recent form, in terms of not just league form this season, but our form against Chelsea recently. What was it? West Ham scored, by the way. They're 1-0 up. They've won their anyway. But
Expect that, though.
our recent form against Chelsea. Our last 4 games we played against Chelsea, we've lost 1-1-3. So based on that as well, I do fancy us. Plus, they're on the back. Yeah. They're on the back of a league defeat. Why in the league they're coming in on the back of a defeat. They've got a big injury in left back now. Who's the left back? That's the point now. Correa.
Correa, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He ain't no left back, is he?
No, he's more of again like the winger, like wing back, what you want to call it. But they're known for their attack.
He did have a good game at us last year, didn't he? Do you remember against Brighton? He played well against us, didn't
he? Yeah.
Man, I'm not worried about him, mate. Yeah. I'd rather we played against him than Chilwell.
Yeah.
I quite like Chilwell. I think Chilwell's a good player.
Yeah, good left back, old school left back as well. In that sense, but
he scores some goals for them as well, didn't he? He does score some goals. Even Reece James being out, like that's 2 big players. I think they're always based on them 2. I think their best form has always been when them 2 are fit.
Yeah. Well, look at the defence that we went. Who was in the defence last year for Chelsea? Was it Aspilicueta, who then had fights with the fans afterwards? How dare you have a go at me for giving that penalty? I'm going to come and have a punch up with you. But yeah, there's a point. Reece James is out, so they ain't going to have their first choice right back or left back playing. So yeah, they're gettable. What was it? Roma losing against the Udinese. Ooh, interesting. Getting distracted now. Brighton proved this last Saturday. Chelsea are gettable defensively.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not. Again, I know it's away from home, but I'm not worried. I think we can get something.
No, I think if we play to our capability, we can win the game. But it is still Chelsea. I have to be mindful about Aubameyang still because he's going to be well up for the game, isn't he? But at the end of the day, if you cut their supply out, the geezer ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, and again, who knows Aubameyang better than this squad that we have?
Yeah.
Every player knows his strengths and weaknesses and how to nullify him. I mean, it ain't hard. He's fucking Aubameyang. With all due respect to Aubameyang, what he did for us at the start of his career at Arsenal.
Oh, mate, it was sensational.
Yeah, the last year and a half, he was fucking awful.
Yeah, it was sensational. But the problem is, mate, he sold out, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then he goes and does that kind of advert. He don't need to do that advert. He could say, no, I'm not doing that advert. I've got respect for Arsenal fans still. Do you know what I mean?
Well, especially when you said, what was it, a few weeks ago, the video leaked out of him slagging off Arteta about he can't manage big players, he needs young players, And when that leaked out, he had to come out on social media and apologise to the Arsenal fans, going, no bad blood. I still love Arsenal. That was secretly filmed against unknown to me. That was filmed, and I just left. I just went Barcelona. It's a bit raw for me. And then you fast forward a few weeks later, and it's bloody. He's doing that. It shows the sort of person he is. I mean, the guy has an Arsenal tattoo, for fuck's sake. all these again. I was trying to say earlier when Chelsea he signed for Chelsea, and Chelsea fans going, "I got fucking Astrid Wet or whatever fucking name is." All them Chelsea fans on the YouTube going, "Oh, it's fantastic! He got him. We're going to bring him back to his glory days and this, that, and the other. He's perfect for us. He's going to break the Chelsea curse. Put Arsenal in their place, and ruin Arteta's career. This, that, and the other." What has he actually done at Chelsea? It's got a few goals. That's it, but it's been sporadic. It's not been game after game after game. He's still going missing. We're seeing performances at Chelsea now.
Oh yeah, he would always have that in his game though. He had it everywhere, didn't he? Like
Exactly.
Germany's probably quite easy for him, really, weren't it? Oh mate, you ain't see this from their players. There's been some shit on this pitch tonight, I tell you. Fucking hell.
Oh dear.
Wait till you see this one. If we score from here, crap, man, we've got a corner basically. This referee loves his whistle, mate.
Just sounded it right.
This referee absolutely loves his whistle.
Fucking hell, I've seen it. Jesus Christ.
See that?
Yeah, literally just seen it. It's fucking basic football force. The ball's going out. He's trying to do keepy ups basically.
Mate, what's wrong with you?
And then tries to hoof it out for a corner. It still goes out for a corner. He air kicks basically. Yeah, I'm not going. Aubameyang starts. I'm not going to be like, oh fuck, Aubameyang starting. He's going to score against us and all this, that, and the other, and cause us problems. Again, I keep saying it. I'm not concerned about Chelsea at all. And that's taking out the injuries they've got at the moment. I'm not concerned.
Do you think Zinchenko starts?
I reckon he does. I think the fact he's on the bench tonight, they've made such a big deal. I was saying this on Sunday to James and all that, and Graham and outside after the game. It was because it's just gone quiet. No one knew what was going on with him because it suddenly any sort of talk about Zinchenko had gone quiet about his injury. So it was all, oh, what does this mean? Is it really, really bad?
Yeah.
So for it to then come out on, was it yesterday or the day before, that he's been in training along with Ozzy and Nanny and Saka's obviously good news about Saka obviously as well. And the fact he's on the bench tonight, I think it's more than likely that he's going to start on Sunday. So, and Tierney will be back on the bench again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's it interests me though. If Tommy Ashley's not starting tonight, is he considered? I don't know. Like, I'm a bit surprised that unless he does play Tommy Ashley, will Tommy Ashley start right back Sunday?
I don't know. Don't think it's that easy.
Why he'd be dropped, but
no, but I'm saying, BT's gone. He's gone back on again.
Yeah, he went for a set game. It's half time.
Yeah. Just
go to toilet quickly.
No worries, mate. How's your pizza?
Yeah, it was all right. Well, I didn't even eat that much of the pizza. I mean, most of the garlic bread fingers. Your cat had his pepperoni, and now he's like this. Look at him. He's gone, mate. He's gone. But yeah, give me a minute or two, and I'll be back.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I'm just going to check a few things. My end, make sure everything's okay and working good. Oh dear, so yeah, we are half time, guys. It is 1-0 to the Arsenal, and not been the performance. Oh, that fucking advert. Not been really the performance we was hoping for in terms of we know what we need to do. Get in, get out, and just end the game as quickly as possible. It's been we had a slow start, got the goal eventually. But again, we're not creating enough in the final third. We're not having enough of the ball to do it, creating anything, if we're being brutally honest here. But we have created about 2-3 chances we've had created since the goal. where Fabio was involved in 2 of them, Vieira. It's been last-minute blocks from the Zurich defence or the goalkeeper that's kept the score as it is. But my point is the chances have come very few and far from what we was hoping for before the game kicked off. Massive, as I say, massive room for improvement in general. We have to, and Arteta needs to have a go in at the players as well at half time now and basically say what you're doing, why you're giving Zurich so much. You're showing them too much respect, and why you're giving them so much of the ball. If we can nip that in the bud, we'll be okay. I'll put the cat to sleep. Fucking hell. You know what put me to sleep, Sam? Fucking Marseille versus Tottenham. That game. Second half. First half, fine, because obviously Marseille was attack, creating chances and turning Tottenham a new one. Then it just went into fucking complete chaos in terms of even at 1-0, just the game you could Marseille started flagging, you could tell they're flagging from the overexerting themselves in the first half. And I genuinely fell asleep for half hour that second half and missed the ending, thank fuck. I woke up as the final whistle went. I was like, okay, I think it's 1-1. 2-1, the fuck? Fucking Marseille, Arsenal, like, you had one fucking Sanchez, you had one job. He was non-existent on Tuesday, Alexis. Playing up front first. Again, Guendouzi plays part of the front three as well. At the ball, but it was just very quiet, timid and all that. Kolasinac comes on and they scored. Shocker there.
Typical Kolasinac.
Yeah, don't even get me started. Of all people, again, it's like you would have thought the likes of Alexis, Matteo, Kolasinac, and Nuno would have got together, had a little meeting, and said, "We know what this means for the fans back in the other side of North London. Let's do our part, and make sure we don't fuck up, basically." Anyone else fucks up their team, okay, but we don't fuck up. Fucking Kolasinac comes on and fucks it up.
Mate, I'm not surprised. Am I surprised? Do you know what I mean? We went through years of it.
Yeah, fucking hell. I just don't get where
anymore. When he come on, because I didn't watch this game, but I was kind of watching it through the app, just like seeing what was happening. And I thought to myself, imagine if he gets the winner. It was quite made up, weren't it, for him to fucking miss the sitter?
I was literally every time either Nuno, Alexis, or Matteo got that ball, I was winning them. When they were in the attack, I was come on, go. It was just like, nope. They went 1-0 up. I was like, fucking yes. Because I fell into third as well at that time.
I think he's right, old Sam. He has Arsenal put the cat to sleep, haven't they?
Yeah, I saw that, yeah. That's what I'm saying. We've been that timid. We've not really been.
I'm not seeing enough from people like Vieira and Ketia. Like, even Vieira, do you know what I mean? Like, he started well. I know, obviously, he scored that really good goal at Brentford. But I think these last few games, these players need to show more if they want to be first-team regulars. Like, this is their chance to show them what they can do. And I haven't been impressed. I was really, obviously, unimpressed with them at PSV, but I think that was a team as a whole. But I need to see more. If you want to compete, do you know what I mean? I can't wait to get Smith Rowe back after Christmas.
Yeah, I was saying to my brother earlier because he saw the name Smith on the bench. He thought that's Smith. I was like, no, that's Matt Smith. He's young.
Matt Smith, who always sits on the bench, never played a minute.
Too busy fucking about his screwdriver.
He's won more than Harry Kane, though, isn't he?
Oh yeah, got the FA Cup. One appearance, not even an appearance. He was just there.
Smith's won more than Harry Kane.
He was 15. He was 15 at the time as well, wasn't he? It's
Was he?
15. It's like 15, 16, I think.
It was a strange one, wasn't it? He just started getting on the bench all the time when they let 9 subs, didn't they?
Yeah, it was in it again. FA Cup final 2020, back into the return to the Premier League and all that malarkey. Back into the first lockdown, and yeah, just remember the FA Cup final thinking, yeah, I'm seeing like got 2 or 3 youngsters on the bench, and he's literally as we were getting the winners' medals, he's picked up a medal. He didn't play a minute or anything. It's like he didn't have, the fact he didn't even have to play a minute of
Let's
that
play a
competition.
minute.
And he got given. He's got a winners' medal more, as you say, more than Harry Kane. Harry Kane's played how many minutes of football in his career? Played in the Champions League final, went missing. The League Cup final went missing. And has nothing to show for it still.
He's got to leave there sooner or later, though, isn't he? Like, to be honest, Shelley, I ain't fussed whether they got through to the Champions League knockout stages or not, personally. I don't really want them in the Europa Cup. Do you know what I mean? Like, just don't need that kind of pressure of Arsenal playing Tottenham in a quarter or semi-final. Do you know what I mean? Like, we know they're not going to win the Champions League, so do you know what I mean? Let them get to the second round or the quarterfinals, because once they play someone like PSG, Man City, do you know what I mean? Real Madrid, and they sit back like they do, they're not going to do nothing, are they? They're going to get smashed.
No, they got luck. Let's be honest. They won the group by a point. By the way, they didn't walk it. They struggled in the group. Let's be honest. Not the hardest group in the world in terms of we've seen tougher groups in that Champions League this season. For a team with the quality they've got, a world-class manager in Conte, they almost got knocked out, for crying out loud. And it's just, again, it's Tottenham. They ain't going to win it, so I'm not bothered. I just would have loved it after all the fucking crap they gave us back in May. For them to go, we win the Champions League for 6 games and come and join us on Thursday night next year.
The thing is, though, right? There's definitely issues there at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Like, in terms of like the fans, they don't like the way they're playing and all that. Like, we've been there with Mourinho, haven't we? We've seen it with Mourinho before, where they want to play like the expansive football, like kind of like what we do, and what we've been renowned for. But obviously not over the last few years. But like, they want to play that kind of football, don't they? But when you get managers like Mourinho and Conte, they ain't going to play that football. This is how they're going to play. Yeah. If you go for managers like that, that's what you're going to get.
Well, again, you're totally right in saying it. And when Tottenham hired Mourinho and when they hired Conte respective times, I remember vividly Tottenham fans and obviously ex-Tottenham players in the media going, you know what though, they might not play the most attractive football, they win trophies, so you know what, we'll suck it up. And 5 minutes later, they're all complaining. The same people that said will suck it up, they're now complaining. But you knew what you was getting in bed with. You know what Conte's about. You know what Mourinho's about. You know what Nuno Espirito Santo is about. You're never going to play this expansive football that you're used to under Poch. You went from one extreme to the other because it didn't work under Poch for whatever reason, because you're Tottenham. Your ownership just went, you know what, we're going to go the opposite and go complete defence FC in terms of the style of play. And it still doesn't work because you're Tottenham. And as soon as you realise that, but you could hire a hybrid of an attacking / defence-minded manager. He's got the 50-50 mindset of attack / defence, at the perfect blend of the two. And he still wouldn't win fuck all. You're Tottenham. Get on with it. Fuck it. I mean, Arteta was in the job for 6 months and he won an FA Cup in his first ever job.
Mm.
And they've hired not world class, but experienced managers in that time, and it still ain't won nothing.
Don't you find that strange, though?
I find it funny.
Yeah. Well, don't get wrong, we all find it funny, but don't you find it strange as well, though? Like, these are like serial winners we're talking about. Like, Mourinho was a serial winner. I know, obviously, it didn't go so well with Man United, but I think that's more to do with Man City, like being outrageously much better. And like he got second, didn't he? But obviously there's always been loads of issues at United, didn't they? But at the end of the day, he won trophy after trophy, and obviously didn't work out at Tottenham. You look at Conte again; he's won trophies everywhere, isn't he? And I hear them going, well, he's the best chance of them winning trophies, but I really don't see Tottenham winning trophies. That's a strange thing. And the problem they've got now is, in my eyes, right, they're getting to a point, right, where Son will be sitting there and thinking, am I going to stay here and be a Tottenham legend, or am I going to go and win a trophy? Harry Kane, all right? Surely there has to be a decision this year by him. Surely.
Yeah, well, Son, I didn't realise how old he was. He's 30 now, Son. So it's now or never for him. It's now or never.
To be honest with Son, all right, the way he plays and the energy, because I hate the geezer, but I think he is a fantastic player. How much I hate him, I think he is a fantastic player. But with his game, I don't think he's one of them players who are going to get to 32, 33 and still be able to perform. And I think he's already starting to kind of go on that little spiral, isn't he? Where he's getting to his 30s. And I think as well, he's probably sitting there thinking, I'm not winning nothing here. I've got probably 2-3 years to go to a club which can win something.
Yeah.
And I think him and Kane are in the same boat now, mate. I think Kane's really got to make a decision in the summer.
Well, he was, as far as he was concerned, this summer, just gone last summer. As far as he was concerned, he was almost at the door because he obviously wanted to sit. He must be. He must be spitting his dummy that obviously he didn't get the move. Daniel Levy priced him out of the move by 10 mil. And
the problem is, right? Yeah, the problem is though, it's a bit like Zaha at Palace, but a different kind of concept. When you sign that 5-year deal at 26, 27, you're stitching yourself up. So you really, if you're going to sign a 5-year deal at 26, 27, you've got to be 100% sure that club's going to be winning stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because you can't get out of that contract. Like, you can't blame the clubs like Tottenham and like even Palace with Zaha, for example, demanding the money because it would take them so much money to replace that player. Do you know what I mean? So Kane signing that contract, mate, he screwed himself over, didn't he? Levy's in his right to demand 100, 150 million for him if he's got a 4 or 5-year contract. Yeah. You stitched yourself up, didn't you, mate? You stitched yourself up by not thinking it through properly. And he probably thought at the time that Pochettino was going to be staying there.
Yeah, hence why he's on the big contract, yeah.
But I think
again, nothing sort of guaranteed anymore. And if he believed Pochettino was going to be here for the entirety of this current contract he's signed himself up to, that would have meant Pochettino would have been there for over a decade. Then it wouldn't have lasted that long because he obviously didn't. But in terms of if he hadn't gone when he had, it would have gone eventually because players get tired of hearing the same voice week in, week out, year in, year out, and nothing's changed, especially if they're not winning nothing.
Yeah. I just think that they're in a situation now where I think that they could be they needed to win something over the last couple of years, and I think now they're obviously not going to win the Premier League, are they? Let's be honest, but they're not going to win the Champions League because, for me, I think Man City are going to be the team to beat this year. I mean, totally unsure.
We've got Man City, you've got PSG, you've got Bayern Munich. There's 3 teams that I've just mentioned there that are superiorly stronger to Tottenham. Even over two, they've got a one-off game, will beat Tottenham.
So they're the players like Harry Kane and all that lot, and they're seriously going to be considering options, mate, this summer. I can see it massively. I don't see Conte being there long. No, right. He probably is their best option. Of course, he's their best option. But once that Allegri goes from Juventus,
I think
he's going to come sniffing.
Yeah, I honestly think Conte is waiting for the call from Juventus, be it now in the summer.
Of course he is. Oh, Jesus! Oh my God! How did he not score that?
Oh dear!
He had to stretch a bit, to be fair to him. He had to stretch a bit, to be
No, I'm
fair
about to
to
see
him.
it now. I think I'm about to see it now. There's a free kick here. One sec.
Oh, mate. Oh, no, I think the keeper saved that, mate, to be fair. Keeper saved that. Nah, keeper saved that, mate. Good save.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, it's not when it's not your you're not in the luck at the time. You just know. I'm about to see now. But look, so here goes Fabio Vieira, the free kick. Yeah, hits off a goal kick. Yeah. If the goalkeeper isn't there, that's 2-0.
He just needs a goal, don't he?
Yeah, that's it. I think that's if he'd scored on Sunday against Forest, I can guarantee he's not playing tonight. It would have been Eddie up top.
Oh,
What is going on?
it's a horrible game, this, isn't it?
Well, by the way, PSV are winning 1-0. We were showing at half time the current scores over in
Where they at Bodo?
they're away to Bodo, yeah.
Well, that's a good result, that is.
That's currently 1-0 where they are. So yeah, we got to keep winning. We cannot let slip at the moment.
We need to get a second goal.
Yep. Just to ease the nerves and we can know that we're not in the draw next week. We can relax until March of whenever it is.
Oh, you should. Oh, do you know what? If
Bloody thing. So they're not more Sammy all of a sudden in the second half. Covering a lot more ground he did in the first half.
we should talk to Liverpool at the moment.
Love it. I'm loving it. Don't get me wrong. But in terms of domestic, I think the only reason he's still in the job is because of the fact that they've, apart from the opening night against Napoli on opening night, apart from that opening result in Champions League, the fact that they've won all the other 5 games, I think that's what's kept him in the job, because league form, they're just all over the place. I think I can't remember who it was now. I think it was James or someone mentioned in a podcast recently. They've now lost the same amount of games already this season to what they did in the entire last season. We're not even reached halfway yet. But I've got no sympathy for them. I mean, in terms of Liverpool fans, they've been giving us fucking. They're unbearable. When they're successful, they've been as successful as they have been. They've become so unbearable. They're not gracious about how the rise they've had in the last few years under Klopp. They've just gone full on arrogant scouse mode, and it's annoying that you can't have that grace and all that. So I'm fully enjoying it. I'm here for the ride, and I'm loving it. The fact that we are 14 or 15 points ahead of them, and we've got a game in hand as well. That in itself is crazy.
My personal opinion, I think they'd be mad to sack Klopp. That's my personal opinion. And the reason why is, they've had a shock of a start. And I know they had a bit of a rocky one a couple of years ago, but do you know what? The only reason Liverpool got to where they were is because of Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you start looking at who could actually take over Liverpool at the moment. Well, there's Thomas Tuchel potentially. Do you know what I mean? But I look at it and I just think, I don't see who takes them over. I don't see who takes them over. And he's going to do much better.
Yeah, I don't. It's I think there's no one out there. Fuck sake, Jesus is down. There's no one really out there, is there? Let's be honest.
But Liverpool in the dark age. Well, I wouldn't say dark ages, but for them, they were in a big old drought till Jurgen Klopp turned up.
Yeah,
and I think that potentially, if he goes, they did get rid of him. I think they could potentially put themselves back in that kind of rut.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. And
I'll tell you why. Because Newcastle, no one really wants. No one's saying it, but you don't want them getting Champions League football, mate, because if they get Champions League football for any kind of imagination this year, right? They're doing well enough to be part of it at the moment. They got the money, mate. They've got the resources. They're going to become a bigger and bigger threat every single year, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're going to become a big.
And if they do under the ownership's first full season, get in the top 4,
fucking incredible, mate.
They're going to go gun ho to go even further to go for the title straight for next season. Then
he's fucking ripped his shirt in half, mate. Jesus. Yeah, mate, Eddie, I got a bit mocked on in last year because I said Eddie Howe would be my manager of the year. He was only there half a year. People saying don't really get that. I thought he'd done unbelievably. And
exactly.
You look what he's doing, mate.
Look, he took over and they hadn't had a win all season. And once he got himself to the January window, got a few players in, suddenly, oh my God, I see his shirt. Yeah, bloody hell. Nothing's given though. Once he got his players in, that was it. And look what we saw. And it's continued into the season. I mean, they scored 3 goals against Man City for crying out loud.
Got to tell you, that's not a bad job. I miss a bit, mate. Could Klopp end up at someone like Newcastle?
Money-wise, the money's right.
I'll tell you what, mate.
Money talk, as they say.
You wouldn't rule against that in the long term.
Russell made a good point. Though. Newcastle are only excelling because Chelsea and Liverpool are performing so badly.
Well, yeah, there is that as well. But there's also the way to look at it from Newcastle's point of view. They've lost one Premier League game this year, right? Where they lost to Liverpool in the 98th minute when there should have only been 7 minutes injury time.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
But he's right. He's right. They're in contention because how bad Chelsea and Liverpool been.
Oh dear.
No, I don't think they'll get Champions League football this year, but if they got UEFA Cup football, mate, that's a bloody good season for them, isn't it? It's another step.
Step in the right direction for the club in general as well, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They would love being in Europe as well, wouldn't they?
Well, it's been so long as well, hasn't it? I don't think how long it's been for them since 2003, 2002, I think it was. I can't remember now. Since they were last in Europe, like completely. And that's.
Do you remember old City's first big signing was Robinho, weren't it?
Straight from the off, and he thought he was signing for Chelsea. I remember that literally. As you say, they came in, they went straight from the off.
Yeah,
we were
shit as well.
Signing Robinho.
He did fuck all as well, didn't he? After that, after he went there, mate, he didn't do nothing.
But he was surrounded, but he went from playing for Real Madrid. Look at that team. He wasn't a great team at Real Madrid, but it was still a decent team.
Yeah,
compared to what he went to at City. It was it was basically him as a potential world-class player surrounded by a load of mediocre players like Stephen Ireland and all that. And was it who was the other one?
Was Sven-Goran Eriksson manager there at the time?
He was at the time, yeah, actually. Yeah. Because the previous owner at Man City hired him.
They realised how shit Eriksson really was as a manager.
I remember. The thing is, what I remember most when he first came in at Man City was what was Sammy doing there? When Sven first came in at Man City, for the first month and a half, because he for whatever reason he couldn't pick his number one. He couldn't decide who to be his number one. Every game would be a different goalkeeper in goal. So it was like young Kasper Schmeichel, Eskilsson, and who the other one was. There was 3 goalkeepers in it. He was rotating them every week. So there was never no consistency. But fucking was it a 19-year-old Kasper Schmeichel against Arsenal? We'd get a penalty. Fabregas takes it and he fucking saves it, the prick.
I remember that.
No, was it Van Persie actually who took it?
I think it's Fabregas.
One of the two.
Wasn't it?
I need to get the DVD out and watch that tomorrow probably. But yeah, it's Fabregas, yeah, because Fabregas hadn't missed a penalty at all in his career up to that point. I know it was an early part of his career, but still.
What was the score in that game?
In the end, I think it was 3-0.
I remember the game when we went there away when they first started buying all their big
guns.
Yeah, started to buy the big game. We beat them 3-1 there. And I think they had a player sent off quite early on.
I'm trying to think who it was now.
I think Nasri scored in that game.
Yeah.
There's another player, mate. Another
Yeah,
scumbag.
he was the ultimate, the definition of a snake. And what rubbed me up the wrong way was all summer twerk. You look back at it, it was twerking for City, obviously, like
Yeah.
wanting the big move all summer, yeah. But then with obviously Fabregas going to Barcelona, Wenger's trying to convince him, "But please, I need you." Had the audacity to then start the season, doesn't start that 11-12 season, so Newcastle away doesn't play, so it makes it even more likely he's leaving. The following week we're playing Liverpool at home, and he decides, no, I want to play this game, and then I'm going to fuck off and leave you.
Yeah, it's fucking scumbaggy. Bit like old, like, not well, it ain't a bit like him because he was a scumbag, but I weren't happy with the way Chamberlain played that game and left, then went there.
Yeah, Liverpool, yeah. That was worse. Not worse, that pissed me off as well at the time because they've said
I like Chamberlain. I thought he was a fucking good player for us.
I was one of his big advocate fans. Like praising him week in, week out, especially when he was playing that position and all that. Not his natural position or position he wanted to play. Never complained. Got another job. Did a job for us, and he provided the threat. And I was at the Community Shield that's going into that season as well against Chelsea. And they did that. We won on penalties with Pet Jackers in goal. Morata missed that. He dyed his hair red and whatever. But anyway, there's no indication that he wanted out. In the entire summer, there's no indication he wanted out. There's no indication Liverpool wanted him. Then out of nowhere, the rumours are going around and going into the Liverpool game that week, and then he starts, he plays, and this, that, and the other. You're thinking, okay, the fact that he's starting and he's played the entire game pretty much must mean the rumours are a load of crap. Turned out, no. He stayed put, had his medical, fucking pissed off, basically. And I'm like,
yeah, that was absolute bullshit, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like, what? How can you do it to a man in terms of Arsene Wenger? How can you do it to Arsene Wenger, the guy that gave you a career, took you on as a kid, brought you into this fantastic club, gave you an opportunity to play for one of the biggest clubs in the country, if not the world at the time as well, and it's a reason why you're an international player, and regarded as one of the best in the position. You're not obviously an actual at.
He didn't do much, though, did he?
But my point is, even though he never did much in terms of midfielding, but when he got given a position, unlike we've seen with Ainsley, when obviously Oxlade was played that position in terms of that wing back role.
I liked him at the wing back role.
He got on with it.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I mean he didn't do much when he went to Liverpool.
No, Liverpool literally it took a while to it took a while to adapt, and he had that little purple patch, and then he got injured, had that break, and then he never recovered. He's never been the same. It's never been the same since. And there's always rumours of him getting Klopp was had enough and wants him gone and all that, but he's still there somehow. But it's just the way, as you say, the way.
I'm surprised he hasn't gone somewhere.
What's that?
I'm surprised he hasn't gone somewhere.
Well, it's always been the rumours since he's come back from that big injury. As I say, he's never been the same. He's never recovered that form again for Liverpool. There's always been the rumours of linking him away from a move, but clearly another club's never come in from him yet. I think he's fucked.
Thomas Partey and Saka coming on.
I don't risk Saka. Why are you risking Saka for? I know
Why
we're not playing
both, really.
But my thing is with Saka was he went off injured on Sunday. Why are you risking him? We got a big game on Sunday. Because if he comes on now, gets a knock that rules him out for Sunday, you're going to get criticised for it.
I'm a bit shocked by today's performance again, mate. I just think that,
So
you know
flat.
what? There's players who just are here just because I think he's Arsenal Football Club, but they ain't got no ambition of competing with the bigger players, and they ain't got a chance of competing. Like, I even look at Lukonga. He's got to go out on loan somewhere, mate. He's got to go out on loan somewhere.
That's clear as day now. Yeah, I think
Like everyone was saying, oh yeah, it's because he was playing number 6. He's played number 8 today more, isn't he? Not on any sitting. I haven't seen nothing different than what I've seen in the last 3 games. Just don't think the guy's must be cutting it at the moment. Don't think he's good enough at the moment.
There's John in the chat. John Laguna saying, "Evening Gooners, not really liking this Thursday night footy at all. Bit of a run."
And then he's coming off. I suppose his first game back.
Yeah, don't want to risk him.
Nah, I get that.
That I can get. With obviously Party, why not? Because obviously this keeps him ticking over for Sunday. But Saka just again, the fact if he hadn't got a knock on Sunday, and he just played it, he played the entire 90 minutes on Sunday, and he's just coming on for the last half hour now.
Jesus is coming off.
Oh, for God's sake! So we've got Eddie. I don't. Look, Eddie up top.
No, I'm quite happy about that, mate. Like as I said before, mate, I didn't see that. My personal opinion, I didn't really see what was starting to get Zürich.
Got to come off. I think he was going to come off at some point because obviously with Sunday in mind. If we're playing a lower league, a team that's lower in the league, like in the bottom half of the league, fighting for survival, like Villa or Leicester, Villa. I'm trying to think now. Or Brighton, or teams of that ilk got in and around the wrong end of the table. You wouldn't be breaking it to get Jesus off now, but the fact that we've got a big London derby, obviously.
I'm glad he's gone off, mate. Personally,
you want
I don't see what he's going to gain out of like this game. Okay, he might score a goal, but I don't think he's going to bring his confidence back as such against Zürich. Do you know what I mean? Unlucky there. Come at him too quick.
Yeah, John saying this is the equivalent of buying Stevenage FC, but still a good result. Beating Stevenage, I think he means.
We have to be honest though, both Elneny and Lukonga ain't good enough. Elneny's there.
Elneny is just a squad player. We knew that, and he knows that. He's just there for the bit part thing, and
like I'll take him in these kind of games and like League Cup games, definitely, of course I would. But I like when you look at even like the Man United days when they used to win stuff, they used to have all their like doggy players, didn't they? Like John O'Shea, they weren't great players, were they?
John O'Shea, Nicky Butt,
there's a few of them
this time and all that. Phil Neville.
Fucking hell, Ketter's beat a player.
Hey.
Fiera, man.
Do you
know what? I ain't disappointed that I've
didn't go.
I was supposed to Bobby tonight, but I ain't disappointed that I made the trip at the moment.
Mate, you'll be there. You'll be there now, freezing your bollocks off watching this. Where you're at home now, in the warmth, eating pizza, not stressing and not freezing to death,
and not having to worry about a 2-hour journey home.
That as well, and you're sober,
and I save money.
Yeah.
It becomes a lot. It does become a lot at times, to be honest.
Yeah. 3-0 West Ham, shocker there.
But it makes you laugh, don't it? They're battering teams in Europe, and we're fucking messing around with Zürich.
And yet we're top of the league in the league. Domestically, we're top of the league.
I know it's weird. I don't think the players are up for this anyway. To be honest with you, Cup like that.
Isn't it?
It's all about the Premier League. Like, I'm not up for this at the moment. I doubt you're really up for this at the moment because all you're thinking about is the Premier League.
Yeah,
and they're probably the same. But this has been abysmal, mate. Well, I think the whole Europa League's been abysmal, mate. I've not seen us play well in one game, and we're like top of the group, 1-5 out of 6 probably. Like Bodo, home and away. Like, actually, the home game weren't too bad.
The away game was more difficult because of the pitch and all the conditions.
Weren't it? That was abysmal. PSV was abysmal.
Zürich
Zürich
away was the worst one. Yeah.
PSV at home was okay. Second half.
And that's only because we scored in the end eventually. What annoyed me in that PSV home game was, with all due respect to Eddie, he played the entire match on that wing and done nothing. He offered us nothing. Yeah, he's running about a bit, on and off the ball. He's running around, but in the grand scheme of things, in that final third, he offered us nothing.
They've equalised.
Oh, piss off! Oh, go away!
Oh, it's offside, mate. I'm telling you. Oh my god!
He said this last week 3 times, and eventually got kicked. Oh, I'm gonna cry. So it's been disallowed, yeah?
Well, they're showing the replay now.
I swear to God.
Yeah, he's offside, mate.
We'll see it soon. So
he's offside, mate. But I'm telling you, mate, we're messing around with this fucking team, mate.
Oh my God, what is Ramsdale doing at his near post? Why is he getting beaten at his near post every time? Initial good save, but it gets done at his near post. Mr. Bungle saying, shit, I was dreaming I fell asleep during the match. Sorry.
Fucking hell,
mate, you ain't missed much. Trust me.
Could have chipped in a few extra hours sleep here.
I'll get my phone one sec. Keep an eye on over and see what they're doing. Can't rely on this lot. Oh, damn my legs.
Well done, Ben White. Oh, then you do that, mate. Fucking hell, come on!
Give me strength.
This shouldn't have been like this, mate, honestly. I'll be...
We need to make some more subs here because this is.
How's it not fucking foul, you prick? Mate, we can't even fucking get. Mate, this is shit. This is shocking, mate.
Sounds about right with Arsenal.
Tomiyasu's coming on. Ben White's coming off then. Sorry, but this is fucking awful, mate. Honestly, how we won like messing around with Zürich at home?
Because we're idiots that we like to fucking waste our time. But it's like you say, every game we've made our work of it. In this competition so far.
We miss. I tell you what, we do miss a Xhaka though. Come on! What are we doing, mate? Fuck my life!
I won't go that far, Connor. Bloody hell, I ain't bloody that stupid. I think I've got a hip moustache going on. That ain't the case, but okay.
It's all nice and calm, I was. PSV tuning it up.
Here we go.
Mate, there must be a delay in that game. Because that second goal, it says 52nd minute. Mate, it just says it all though. PSV plus 12, right? Us plus 5. Like, it's shit, mate. Like, it shows you, right? How are we fucking messing around with this group? When you look at fucking the teams that are in it.
I know. When the draw was made, I was like, okay, PSV with the one game,
Yeah, I get that,
two
mate.
games that will be tested. But how are we getting tested against these weaker teams?
Odegaard's coming on.
And that says it all about this game. Not just this game, but every game at home this season in this competition. This is what we do. This is what Arteta does. He's putting players on the bench like Odegaard, like Partey, and having to bring them on to finish the game off.
This is fucking yeah. Just mate. Hope he takes Vieira off. Yeah, good. I think he's beaten.
Let's see who scored for PSV then. 1 second. Johan Bakayo and Samsted goal. Fantastic. So, Fabio Vieira's going off for. Oh, they've got Fabio's on corners game. Absolutely nothing in this game. Right, let's have a look who's qualified so far. Top of the groups. I mean, look at our goal difference. I'm just looking at the table now. Our goal difference is plus in this group +5.
We haven't
PSV,
beat anyone apart from Bodo by more than one goal.
Yeah, and PSV, who are currently second in the group as it stands, +12.
It's fucking shocking, mate. You like to ask me. Like Zürich, yeah, right. We should be spanking, and we've made this like they're pouring forward now, mate.
Yeah.
Like they're pouring forward. Like, how are we making this a fucking group game? Go on, Nelson. But he's off. Thought he was going to be off. Oh, what he done, Nelson? He nicked it off him. Mate, this is... I knew he was off when he did that. Mate, he's got to be timing his run there. I'll say it again. Some of these players ain't good enough.
No.
They're on the fringes. It's
Yeah,
such a big job. It's such a big job, mate. This is a long haul job, innit? The way way it is.
Bloody hell. Oh, no, 15 minutes plus injury time, guys. You can bear with us in this bullshit. God. But you guarantee come Sunday, because it'll be our Premier League 11, won't be an issue in terms of performance.
I hope so.
Martinelli will be turn the defence a new one.
Oh, what's he done, mate? The keeper risked that one, mate. I tell you, fucking hell.
John's in the chat says fans need to give Uber plenty of stick on Sunday. He's taking the proper liberties now. Obviously referring to that
right
advert.
there, that advert just shows you why he's at Chelsea.
But The one thing that really nothing personal, but I'm a blue, mate. You got an Arsenal. You got a tattoo of yourself in an Arsenal shirt, holding the FA Cup with your sons, with the Emirates in the background. No other club you've ever done that for, so there's not even go there. No, he's just got he's got a personal vendetta against fucking Arteta. And he's trying to be an absolute, look at me, look at me.
Nah.
No, you've been fucking found out for what you really are, basically, as a person and as a player. I mean, if he was so fantastic, why Barcelona were so, I know they financially got some trouble, but they didn't exactly break their necks to keep hold of him. And he's not exactly pulling up trees at Chelsea.
Fucking hell, I'll tell you what, this is so dry. Am I glad at the moment I ain't watching this?
John, I told you in the group.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, John's in the chat saying Eddie Bray's never in doubt, Liam. John, I told you in the group chat earlier, if Eddie got a brace tonight, I'd do whatever forfeit you desired, but I knew it wasn't going to happen.
Do I enjoy the game? Matt, the insight to see if he enjoys the game or to drink more. Well, that's a debatable one. At present, I'm enjoying them both. We're sitting on top of the league. I'm actually looking forward to the break just to have a bit of a recovery period.
Until New Year, isn't it?
Exactly. Well, it don't look like I'll be at West Ham because the no trains running Boxing Day.
No trains at all?
No. Fucking ridiculous, isn't it?
I can't go then.
It makes you laugh, don't it? They run, like, firstly, why are you playing a game at 8 o'clock at night on Boxing Day anyway?
Yeah.
Absolutely shocking. I reckon Zinchenko might come on for 5 minutes.
Yeah, why not? Oh dear. If Liam did a match day vlog, I don't think we'll see it for 2 days while she's recovering. Oh dear. No, safe.
I was thinking, if we won a title, what would that piss up be like?
Oh god. It'll be literally the trophy parade, and then it would.
Jesus, mate, it'd be absolute fucking carnage.
Yeah, literally, it would literally be the trophy parade, and then carnage from afterwards. Once the players have gone with the trophy, it'll be absolute carnage in that area.
I would definitely, right, 100%, yeah, right, absolutely. I would just get an hotel, stay out there that night.
Just make
sure. Mate, they just fucking nearly scored again.
Mm-hmm. We're asking for it. It's coming. So, was it a train strike then on Boxing Day?
No, just trains don't run Boxing Day, apparently.
Then why put a game on Boxing Day then? Fucking idiots. I know it's a London derby, but not everyone fucking drives.
It's just unbelievable, isn't it, really?
And going by bus, especially where I live in the other side of fucking London, it's not exactly quick getting from one bus to the other.
It's ridiculous, mate, when you think about it. Like, when I went to Tottenham, obviously Sarah dropped me at Greenwich, which is about a half hour from here. But I can't expect us to do that on Boxing Day, do you know what I mean? Because you should have all the family around here and all that.
No, exactly.
So I'll just watch indoors.
Fucking money back, that's what I'll be doing.
Do you remember last Boxing Day in Norwich?
Last year was Norwich away.
Norwich away. 5-1.
So
5-1 or 5-0?
I think it's 5-0 because Saka
5-0.
scored a couple and all that. Yeah, Smith Rowe.
Oh yeah, Smith Rowe come on and scored, didn't he?
Yeah.
Mate, I can't believe we're only winning 1-0 here. I did not see this coming. This just shows you, yeah, right, that we without the wingers, without Martinelli and Saka, we're such a different team.
Yeah.
So important to our game today.
Oh dear. You know what? Fucking hell. Keep the wine guns out. Okay. Okay. Now.
See the photographer. Wait till you see this. See the photographer call one of their players a prick.
Well, our guy, McFarlane.
Was it? Probably was McFarlane thinking about it. Go on.
Yeah, that's
Go on.
Stuart. That's Stuart. That's our Stuart. That's our Stuart.
You see, you fucking
Yeah.
prick. Who scored? Oh yeah, it's here now. I couldn't even remember who scored for us. That shit.
Okay. Well. John saying in the chat, he says, I think once we qualify in these group stages, the rest of the games are a farce. Ooh.
Mate, Jesus, this is just, mate, this is the most shocking game I've ever seen at the Emirates in a European game. Like when we're playing someone like this, it's awful. Thank fuck I didn't go to this, mate, at the moment. I felt fucking dreadful I didn't go. Mate, I tell you what, mate, they're coming forward again. They're coming forward.
I was meant to message you yesterday about if you're going or not, because obviously when we won Sunday, I was thinking, oh, you probably changed your mind now. But I forgot to message you. That's why I dropped you a message earlier as well, just to double check.
Yeah,
as I said earlier, otherwise you'd have gone there. It's midweek as well.
I'm about to be fuming, mate, at the moment watching this.
You'd be freezing your knackers off, and as you say, you'd be absolutely livid with what you're watching.
Like PSV was fucking not that great, but obviously they were half decent sides, you know what I mean? And we got the win, which is quite an important win at the end of it all. Jesus, mate, I'll tell you what. It's like we're fucking defending against these. Arteta can't be happy tonight, mate. Jesus fucking hell.
If it's a big if at the moment, if we do hold off for the 3 points, he'll be happy to get the 3 points, but performance-wise, he'll be livid. And we know, going from what we've seen in the documentary from last year, he'll make it perfectly clear he ain't happy. Even though we won, he won't be happy.
No, he won't be happy with this, mate. The thing is, well, mate, I think this is these kind of formats will kill a few careers, mate. Arsenal, sure, kind of sure of it, mate. I ain't seen nothing from Lokonga to tell me that he's going to be a long-term Arsenal player whatsoever. Eddie Nketiah, he's not doing it again, is he? He looked like really promising coming off the bench in the first few games, but.
It did come across like.
Right, Tomiyasu's fucking down.
It did come across as well in terms of at the start of the season, Verdi, like the signing of Jesus gave him a bit of a bounce, having a quality striker of Jesus' quality, pushing
Fuck's
alongside
sake,
him and
Tommy
pushing him
down,
and all
mate.
that. Fantastic. But no, he's just fallen off a cliff. It's like the season's setting in now. He's just like, oh, back to normal now. That's how I was before. God, fucking useless.
This is shit, mate. He's coming off.
Concussion or muscle.
No, I think muscle, mate, if anything. And Cedric's coming on. He don't look happy, mate. Fuck's sake.
That's what we need.
Oh, he's not shaking his head, mate. Ain't good, mate.
Fucking guy's made a. Tommy Asu, look, he's a good player, don't get me wrong, but he's fucking made a biscuit.
Yeah, but I don't get why he brought him on, mate. Like, why didn't we just bring Cedric on? Like, now Cedric's coming on. I don't get it, mate. I don't get it. Like, why was we risking it? I would have started fucking Cedric anyway. Do you know what I mean? This is the problem, mate. You bring in players on at night in the cold weather.
Yeah.
At least fucking, do you know what I mean? But this is down to, I'll tell you what it's down to, our performance tonight, mate. He's had to bring fucking players. Like, with 3-4-0 up, mate, he's probably bringing on Cedric, do you know what I mean? But this has been fucking abysmal.
Yep.
It's not, it's just...
And obviously, again, if you're there, as an Arsenal fan, what's making it worse? Not just what you're watching, it's obviously at the other end or wherever you are in the stadium, you've got fucking the away fans absolutely buzzing.
Oh, yeah, they're buzzing, mate. This is a great performance for them, innit? 1-0 down, mate, a few minutes ago. Fucking Zürich, like a massive club like us.
The game's been that bad.
Like, we haven't even had no chances, mate. Like, none of them want to do nothing, mate, to be fair.
No.
Fucking hell, here we go, mate. They're pouring forward again. They're pouring forward. Jesus, mate. It's gone across the goal, man.
I'm waiting for you to say it now. I'm waiting for it.
Mate, this is fucking awful.
Gary, if you're watching, any chance you can come back, please?
It was all good when Gary was here. Oh, mate, that's important. Shit. This is shocking. We're literally defending for our lives here in the last few minutes here against Zürich. We're not even pushing up, mate.
Back to the water, but I don't get why we put ourselves in this position. There's no need for this tonight.
5 minutes of injury time.
Yeah,
Tierney's down now.
Oh, fuck's sake. Got no subs left either.
Mate, I have to be honest with you, right? This is fucking horrific.
Have we got Brighton at home next week, or are we away in the cup?
Home. I'll tell you, that's not a fucking easy game.
No. Playing like this, hell no. And that's going to be the squad we're seeing tonight. It's going to be the same squad we see probably next week as well in the cup.
Mate, Tierney's down now, mate.
This is ridiculous.
Mate, I reckon we're going to be about Tierney and fucking Tomiyasu.
Well, at least we've got Zinchenko back in that sense. Got Ben White right back, so we're fine there. Just means Zinchenko's going to have to come back a bit quicker than expected. Or desired, whatever way you want to look at it. But let's go to the proof. Fuck it, get another one made of fucking biscuits. Literally just crumbled at the first fucking touch. Fuck, we have like Ben White has been playing out of his skin and right back, and obviously now Zinchenko's hopefully back. Zinchenko as well. John saying, honestly, lads, I think I'd get a game in this standard. I think we all would. Let's be honest. We put a far better performance in. And this is what people wonder why maybe why Arteta got not falling out, but lost faith in Tierney because he always gets fucking injured. The guy fucking came to us with after a double hernia operation, couldn't play for us straight away. Then when he did start playing, he got injured in his collarbone or whatever. He had to be out for a month or 2 months.
Fucking hell, mate! They're still coming forward, us. We just seem well dodgy, mate. It's not a little bit panicky.
I guarantee if we nose this up, people are going to come throwing in to give us grief.
Oh, I can't believe what I watched today, mate. Like, I was sitting here saying 5-0. Do you know what I mean?
But again,
I had no right to say that, really. Watching this run of the Europa Cup.
Well, I think again, the majority of that came from what we saw on Sunday. We thought maybe even though we weren't tested, we thought at home we scored a load of goals. We'll be home Thursday, no travelling. It'll be fine. Even though if you squad rotations, it'll be fine. We'll do the job still. We know what we need to do. We're at home, got our fans and all that. But it's just like new. We have to make it hard for ourselves.
Mate, so, what are you messing around with for, party? Fucking hell, mate, you fucking idiot.
It's like they're just going through the motions.
Oh, my God, mate, what is party playing at?
I'm going to see in a second. But it's just like, again, like you said earlier, it's like when it comes to the Europa League so far, it's like the players are just going through the motions, and if they win, they win. If they don't,
mate, this is awful.
It's like you said earlier, they're more focused on the league domestically.
I just think the players that are coming in, mate, are not good enough. Honestly, I think some of these players that are coming in, mate, are not good enough, and they have not got a cutting chance, right, of competing with the first 11 players, yeah, right, getting them in the getting them kicking off here with Nelson or someone. They ain't got a cutting chance of displacing them in the team. A lot of these players. Lukonga's not got no chance. El Nene, he's there for what he is. Do you know what I mean? And Ketia, he's not good enough, mate. Let's be honest, he's not good enough. He's not going to be at the level that we want to get to.
No. And as I said before, as I keep saying, if we do finish, obviously, be it top 2, third, or either top 2 or third or fourth, and we're in the Champions League for next season, I think Arsenal bite the bullet and get rid of him. I think they honestly will do that in the summer if we do end up top 4.
What's Gabriel done here?
Because they'll see that we need something better.
Mate, he's giving a free kick there.
Number 1.
They got a free kick, mate, to put into the box. They have. You say a win's a win, mate. Ain't a win yet.
I was about to say, I've just seen that. So there ain't a win yet. It's still going.
A win is a win. Don't get me wrong, but
the way we're playing is like when you've seen these performances in Europe. Put it this way, Stephen. You've seen these performances in Europe that we've done so far, and then you see the.
Mate, they've gone over the bar.
I was getting a heart attack there, and you see how we're performing in the league majority of the season. It's like you're watching two different Jekyll and Hyde, basically.
They are all offside, to be fair.
You almost give me a heart attack, Liam. Stop it. My heart literally skipped.
Mate, you can't be happy with this, mate. If you're Arteta,
Oh.
mate, you're sitting there and you're sitting there and you're thinking, like, I've got to rely on you guys if we get a few injuries.
Well, BX is saying as well, anything after our strongest 11 isn't good enough.
It ain't good enough, mate. He's right. It ain't good enough. And that's full-time whistle's gone, we're top. But, mate, honestly.
We've done it somehow.
He ain't happy, mate. He looks fucking angry, Arteta.
Good. And again, I believe it because of what we've seen from last year's documentary and all that. I believe it because of what he is. But the main thing is that we've avoided playing 2 extra games now. We're in the court. We're in the last 16 or whatever it is of the competition, and we wait for our opponents when that draw's made in fucking February, whenever it is. So we don't have to worry about that now. But I don't get why. If all due respect to Bodo Glimt and Zurich, we've been saying it all night. PSV can understand they're a decent team, fair enough. They give us a bit of a run for our money. But Bodo Glimt and Zurich, no, can't. I don't get it why we've made such hard work of it. Especially when we've seen PSV thump these teams and home and away. And we've just, and again, it's a mixed match of our first 11 and our second string and all that. But still, again, the players we have, they shouldn't be struggling like this. But look, it is what it is. I say, that's definitely a win's a win. We've got through it in the end. We've got through it. We've won our group. That's the main thing. We've avoided the extra 2 games for the playoff of staying in the competition bullshit. And we go again now. We've got Sunday to look forward to, in one sense. It's a London derby away from home against Chelsea, and trying to put them and Aubameyang in their place. And even though I'm disappointed in the performance we've seen tonight, I think, like as we mentioned already in the chat by BX, with our strongest 11 available, touch wood, I think we'll be fine for Sunday. I honestly do believe we'll get something from Sunday, be it a win or a draw. And then we go to Wolves. I mean, we've got Brighton in between. We've got Brighton in the cup. See what happens there. How Arteta reacts to that one. And then we've got Wolves, and then it's the World Cup. But I think Wolves are a smash. Absolutely obliterate Wolves. But our main game between now and then, out of our last 3 is Chelsea. Get the win there. Worst case, a draw. And we go again for the last game of the league before the World Cup. Oh dear.
Well, I've just tweeted you, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. Fuck these Europa Cup league stages is over. Hopefully, I won't have to see these again for a long time.
Touch wood.
Do you know what I mean? Honestly, we have to get ourselves out of this kind of football. It's dreadful, isn't it? It's dreadful. But we won the group. We've done what we needed to do, but we've not decorated ourselves in any glory tonight. And I don't think a lot of the fringe players have whatsoever. And I think it is concerning me still that if we lose Martinelli and Saka, we're a totally different team.
And Partey as well.
Yeah.
Shaka. Yeah.
I think between Partey, Xhaka, Martinelli, and Saka, we start losing at even one of them, mate, or 2 at most, mate. It's a total different ball game, isn't it, for us?
Yeah.
It's a total different ball game where you can, if you look at teams like Man City, Chelsea, even Liverpool to a certain extent, they can dig to the bench to get some great replacements. But when you're looking at the Conga, Eddie, and Ketia, even Fabio Vieira, I expect more from him. He has done some good things, but he needs to start. He needs to kind of beef up more. He needs to step up more because he hasn't stepped up in his Europa Cup, really.
Well, Bodo got a last-minute goal in the end there. 2-1 late at PSV 1 in the end. So good.
We done what we needed to do tonight, but not at any part of that before that game did I think that we'd only win the game 1-0.
No.
And I
John,
think Sam Greenwood just summed it up there.
yeah, I'll get to that in a sec. But yeah, John Laguna saying in the chat, Arsenal need an enforcer to protect our players because the party can't do it all the time. Otherwise, he's going to flag out and get injured, and then we're buggered then completely.
It's going to be interesting who he plays against Brighton because Brighton, mate, that's a hard game, that League Cup game.
Yeah, and at home, I think in terms of that game next week in midweek, I mean it's totally dependent on how Sunday goes. If we win or draw on Sunday, I think he goes for a similar team like we've seen tonight, which then it's very squeaky bum time.
Well, if we go with that team tonight, mate, against Brighton, we'll go out the cup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's totally dependent on. I keep saying it.
I think he'll play a pretty decent team against Brighton.
Play by ear, don't we? Plus with Wolves, we've got Wolves as well. So
it's only 2 games left, isn't it? Like I know we got Wolves Saturday, and obviously that's the big game. But he certainly won't want to be going out to your League Cup in the 3rd round, will he?
Not after having decent runs in the last couple of years. No, quarterfinals and semis respectively.
And I'm sure, mate, the 4th round of the League Cup is actually before Christmas.
We can't because of the World Cup. We might be actually.
I'm sure it's 22nd and 23rd.
Wouldn't surprise me actually with this.
I'm sure I've seen it. Let me have a look. 4th round.
Yeah, well,
League Cup.
So effectively, we could come back from a World Cup, play a cup game, and then 3 days later play on Boxing Day against West Ham.
We saying that it is? Am I right?
I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me.
I'm having a look now, mate.
Sam saying we are. I'll put the comment on the screen as well. We are so wasteful; it is unbelievable. We should be 3 or 4 up, and at the end of the game, the opponent can still score 1 and draw. We need to score our chances. Yeah.
Here we go. 4th round of 16th, December the 20th and 21st.
Wow. And literally a few days later, he was like, "Oh, by the way, London Derby at West Ham."
That's fucking weird, that is, isn't it? That is weird.
Because it's just the false. Instead of just being, with all due respect to the League Cup.
When's the World Cup final? Was it like the 18th or 19th?
Something like that, yeah. So, with all due respect to the League Cup and all that, instead of just having the competition spread out schedule-wise, spread out in a way where the final itself is in May this season instead, or late April, early May this season instead of the normal schedule. They're trying to cram it all in one hit, and they wonder why players will get injured.
Though, mate. Imagine if you got Brazil versus England in the final, yeah, and then 2 days later you got a Carabao Cup game. All your Brazilian players, all your English players are not there.
Yeah,
that's bullshit, mate. That's fucking bullshit.
So for us, that'd be assuming they get picked. No White, no Saka, no Ramsdale, no Jesus, no Gabriel, no Martinelli. Assuming Martinelli goes,
mate, it's a fucking joke.
That's half our 11 gone.
Yeah, mate. Like it's pretty much pot luck, yeah, right? Who you join that round, yeah, right? And what other teams got players? You really want someone low, don't you?
Yeah.
You want like a Championship or League One team.
Yeah, just to dust the cobwebs off. We can actually, as you say, put this sort of team out and know that you're going to get through. One or the other, you'll get through that game, basically.
Yeah, well, I don't think. I think. I don't know what's going to happen with it. Imagine that Arsenal versus Man City, 20th or 21st December.
Oh dear, what is it? John.
They got Ireland nice and fit though, ain't they, mate? He ain't going nowhere.
You watch, you'll be back nice and fit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's it. We're fucking sure. We'll draw Man City away. All Jesus being the World Cup final while Haaland's waiting for us.
All this time as well that we've been saying about Jesus' injury, but of course he gets an injury going into a World Cup where he's not going to be competing anyway. Wouldn't be after the World Cup, would it? Oh, of course not. Don't be silly.
No, it's fallen quite nicely.
John says, well, lads, we won. That's the main thing. Bring on Barcelona. If they qualify. They've got to qualify first. It's not cut and dry yet. They've got to do a playoff game against the runners up for the Europa League.
I think the other thing that worries me about our team in Europe at the moment is that we've got a lot of inexperience, haven't we, in Europe?
Yeah.
Like Ramsdale and White have only started playing games in your first year, innit?
Yeah, no, exactly. And I was talking to James about this on Tuesday in terms of if we do get Champions League football into the Champions League next season, we need our players to have some experience in Europe. And if we're being brutally honest, the bulk of this squad aren't used to playing in Europe. They need to get that familiar. I can't say it now. It's gone.
Familiarity.
That's the word. Fucking tongue tie. I don't know why it won't come out.
Even I struggle with that nearly.
But they need that because obviously then imagine literally not playing a single European game at all with your teammates. Then come next season because it's in the main stage of European competition. Oh, by the way, you're playing now. You're a starter, be it Ramsdale or whatever. Oh, by the way, playing Bayern Munich in their stadium. Off you go, and then it's just like starstruck by it all. You don't need that. You need them fucking fully focused and used to the hostile surroundings of an away European tie. Because an away European tie against the Fenerbahces and Olympiacos of this world and obviously Bayern Munich, etc. It's completely different to what you'd get on an away day in the league.
Absolutely.
Oh dear. Mr. Bungle saying he's starving. He had KFC earlier. Mr. Bungle saying he's speaking of dinner, he's starving, but he had KFC earlier, but then found stuff in his food. Apparently, can't see us winning on Sunday. Said Driddy. We'll take a draw right now. Look, the worst case, as I said earlier, worst case on Sunday, a draw. Do you take it? Of course you fucking is. An London derby away from home. We're not going to win every game. Let's be realistic there. But if we do win, it's fantastic. Draw is the worst case thing for me. That's a bare minimum I expect on Sunday. Then we've got Brighton in midweek in the cup, and then finish everything off with Wolves away. And we all know this season Wolves. It's a winnable game. It'll be in our hands, basically. It'll be naive of us and stupid of us to think anything different than us getting 3 points going into that last game. If we don't get 3 points from Wolves, we need to ask ourselves a few questions, basically. We consider how poor Wolves are now this season.
Yeah. I think as well.
So go on.
I think as well, obviously with Sunday, like you said, like a draw, you take a draw all day long because even though it's been really good being top of the league, like you look at Man City's next two games, we've got to play perfectly over the next two games to still be top of the table, I think, by the World Cup. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously we've got to beat Chelsea and beat Wolves, and both of them are hard games. And you look at Man City, and they've got Brentford and Fulham at home. Now, the flip side of that is that they would have played more. We'd have played more away games by the time World Cup starts than home games, but Man City would be the other way, where they play more home games than away games. But you know what? If we got 4 points out of 6 out of the next two games, I'll be pretty pleased with that. Do you know what I mean? I would be pretty pleased with that because that's two hard away games out of the way for the rest of the season. That's Chelsea out of the way. That's Man United away. Like, we've got rid of Wolves. We've got rid of Leeds. We've got rid of the Palaces, the Brentfords that we struggled with last year. I'll take that all day long. I think I'll take 4 points out of 6, even if it meant we finished second going into the World Cup. We get a 6 out of 6. Incredible. But Chelsea's still a hard game. Chelsea is still a difficult game on Sunday. And, yeah, they've got a few players out, do you know what I mean? But we all know Aubameyang is going to be up for it, and all that, and we've got to play really well Sunday. And I think this will be the kind of game where Jesus will kind of score him. I think it won't be like a low scoring game. I think there'll be three or more goals in it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll guarantee it'll be at least I guarantee there's going to be a red card in it as well. Always, there normally is in these games. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Obviously, got a few days now to prepare for that. Are you around on Sunday for that? It's an early kickoff, as we know, so that's what I'll ask in advance.
I want to say yeah. The only thing I've got is at the moment I've got plasters around here on Sunday.
we'll play it by ear then.
Yeah, it's going to be one of them. It might be I'll be darting on and off, but I'm going to hopefully set up the TV in a conservatory because they'll be in here.
Oh, okay, no.
I don't want to be missing the game whatsoever.
No, exactly. It's not like I can go to it, can we? In a way. But yeah, people. Obviously, everyone in the chat needs to calm down a bit. I don't know. I don't know why it's going off in the chat in terms of. Obviously, Troy keeps changing his name in a profile picture, and people are thinking it's other people having more accounts. So I don't care. I don't care. Let them get on with it. It's not hurting no one if they've got 1 account, 2 accounts, 3 accounts, whatever. As long as they're being respectful and behaving themselves, that's what they are, and they're good friends of the channel, we're all happy. If one of your employees turned up hungover, would you sack them? Colonel's asking in the chat.
They turn up hungover? Nah, you wouldn't sack if they turn up hungover, would you?
That's what he's asked, so I thought I'd ask you.
Nah.
Oh dear.
Has someone been sacked for being hungover?
I don't know. Colonel, can you clear that up for us in the chat before we did that?
Yeah, well, I need to sleep well knowing what the outcome of that is and why.
Going on? Yes, Mr. Bongo, I have noticed that, and obviously when Marmite comes up, he does say that it's me, it's Troy, so because obviously I assumed it was just someone else. And originally I thought it was someone else, but yeah, Troy said, no, it's me. He's held his hand up straight from the off. So when I see Marmite Pants or the other one, whoever comes, I know
the
it's
cat
Troy.
really enjoyed the game tonight. He slept all the way through it.
Literally,
He chose the right option.
I love this
I had one on Monday. I've got to be honest.
Yeah, I was about to say, especially after match day, Sam. Yeah, on the Sunday after a Sunday match on the Monday morning. Yeah, he's on it still.
I had to travel to Dartford as well on Monday.
Oh God,
not nice.
A
few monster drinks helped that.
I'm sure it did. Oh dear. No, in terms of monster, the monster drink I like is the mango one.
I just wanted to ask him because it seems he's been in that hangover for a few times. Just seeing if he'd be critical. Absolutely not, mate. Absolutely not. Now, if you turn up pissed, that's a different ball game.
Oh dear. Of course, that's it. Yeah, we can tell that. Yeah. Pissed, hungover. Hangover, they can sort of work through it. You can make them work through it, but make the lives hell either way. Just go, look, you're in the shit shows, but it's in the cold. Off you go. Or if they're pissed, it's just like what you're fucking playing at, basically.
Yeah, exactly. If you turn, I've had to have a couple of them conversations with a couple of people over the years. People that have actually come into work pissed, which is quite an interesting one because they deny that they're pissed. You can smell it on their breath. As they're talking bullshit to you and they're opening their mouth really wide, you can smell it on their breath. And you're like, you're trying to deny it still.
You can smell it come out their pores as well, like literally, like because they've just gone overboard. And yeah, Stefan saying Sam is the only hooligan here. Apparently, know what's going on in the chat, but yeah, thanks guys, everyone in the chat for popping in. All you guys are the regulars and the new faces, and Pete in disguise as well. The Tottenham fan that's in disguise, trying to be an Arsenal fan. Big up to yourself as well. I know you're bored, but we live rent free in your house, in your brain, whatever. Because you every time Arsenal play, you're here watching Arsenal, pretend to be an Arsenal fan. So what can I say? Oh dear. You can only dream to be an Arsenal fan and actually support a successful team. Sorry. Oh dear. But yeah, we're that thing. Yeah, thanks to everyone, as I say, in the chat, keeping us all company, having a laugh, getting involved in the conversation as well during the game, giving your thoughts on how things played out and all that and the other. And big shout out to Gary for obviously popping in at first half and keeping us, obviously taking part in keeping us sane as well in the first half. Liam as well. No appearance from Bobby, so that's probably the reason why things didn't go well either. No appearance from Bobby tonight.
Yeah, probably. I'll make sure he makes an appearance Sunday.
Yeah. Oh dear. Make sure the cats are around as well and awake.
I'm still here, all of them.
Oh dear. And yeah,
None lost just yet, anyway.
Not yet. Close all the windows. Not going anywhere.
Oh, mate, they ain't going nowhere, mate. After the week we've had.
No, exactly. But yeah, and we'll see you again. Thursday. Yeah, my fucking days are all mixed up this week. So we'll be doing a podcast tomorrow night, guys. I'll basically sort of a catch up with Steve and the guys and talk about all things Arsenal, obviously, as we always do, and get a bit of a preview ahead of Chelsea, basically, and then Saturday we'll do a match of the day stream on the evening, and then nice and early start on Sunday. What was it 12 o'clock kickoff, isn't it? 12 o'clock kickoff?
Yeah, I think it's 12 o'clock.
So 11:30 start for me, fantastic. And then straight from that, once that game finishes, I've got to end that stream, go live again for the women's game against. So I think we've got on Sunday the girls. That's the last game for the international break for the women, so I'll be covering that game anyway. Mine's gone blank who we're playing, but we'll probably win anyway. We always normally do. And yeah, we'll see you then. In terms of anything else, I'll keep you updated. In terms of the competition, it's still going, guys, for the signed David Dean book and the signed Paul Davis books are both still going to the 1st of December to enter the competitions, giveaways respectively. Sorry, David Dean's one. All you got to do is type in the live chat or comments box the hashtag Spuds are shit or Spurs are shit, whichever one you want to spell out. That's how you enter that one. And for the Paul Davis one, all you got to type in is hashtag Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Simple. And yeah, then that closes on the 1st. They both close on the 1st of December. The winner will be announced on the 5th, and hopefully whoever wins will then be getting a book just before Christmas as an extra bonus from Santa Claus, basically. If you believe in all that bullshit. Sorry, kids. Until then, we'll see you on the other side, as always. Up the Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners.